minutes. Time is over. Wind up, wind up, wind up.
Sir, this delimitation which you are saying is advisable. My God, I agree with home, sir. Sir, this delimitation commission has to be appointed not by the state government. It is by CEC. It is under the guidance of CEC. But for God's sake, not under the proposed politically motivated CEC. Let there be a CEC which is honest, which is truthful, which is really a true sense which all of us accept as our thing. So I am telling you, I had my doubt. Yesterday I had an half-an-hour discussion with the leader of the House, Mr. Goel.
Thank you.
I insistently asked him whether are they really true to themselves in this bill. He said yes, they are truthful. That is why I said I will join you because we are supporting it, but let us be truthful.
Thank you, Dr. Keshav. Thank you.
Then I will leave the other issues to my other speaker who is speaking, yes, because it has a big history. This has to be told. Whatever history it is, you have brought it. We are thankful to you. We are supporting it. But at the same time, please think, don't do it for political thing. There is a competition, political competition here and there. Somebody taking credit. Whoever takes the credit, let the ladies and this nation get this kind of a historical bill. That is why. Thank you very much, sir.
Shri H.D. Dev Gowda ji.
To the Secretary General, what I have written to the Honorable Prime Minister on April 10th, 2023. The content of the letter, if you permit me to read, I will read the entire letter only for the purpose of the preserving the time. I don't know whether your good self is going to permit me to read. Otherwise, I will place the entire letter on the table of the House.
Sir, place it on the table of the House.
If you permit, I will place it on the table of the House.
Yes.
The content is, the Prime Minister has endorsed the letter what I have written to the Prime Minister on April 10th, 2023. What I have brought the Women Reservation Bill in 2015. I'm sorry, sir, I have brought this bill when I was the Chief Minister of Karnataka. I brought this reservation bill and it was passed in the Karnataka Assembly, and the same was introduced in the Parliament when I became the Prime Minister, and former late the Cabinet Secretary Mr. T.S.R. Subramaniam was there. He has written all details. Sir, I don't want to quote all these things, sir. It contains all the materials. If you permit, I will place it on the table of the House.
Permitted. This may be placed on the table of the House.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I am grateful.
Thank you. Well, honorable members, the relevance of this House is reflected when our former Prime Minister is present here. And that is, of course, indicates House of Elders has to show light to others. Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy. Sir, you have 3 speakers, 17 minutes.
Chairman, sir.
How many minutes? Your total time is 17 minutes and 3 speakers.
1/3.
1/3, okay.
Like
5 minutes.
Like women reservation bill.
5 minutes. Leave 6 to others. As a leader, 5 minutes. Your time starts. Already 29 seconds.
At the outset, I would like to state that, don't disturb me, madam. At the outset,
No, I know. You said don't disturb. You are not liable to disturbance. All I plead is don't create disturbance, sir.
Sir, what to say and how to say is my prerogative, sir, subject to the rules and regulations. At the outset, I would like to state that my party, that is our party, YSR Congress Party, under the leadership of YS Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, extends unequivocal and unwavering support for the Women Reservation Bill. The Honorable Minister for Law is present. I request the Honorable Minister for Law to extend the reservations for women even in Rajya Sabha and also the state legislative councils. And this can be done because for every 2 years there will be retirements and vacancies in Rajya Sabha and also the state councils. In a period of 6 years, this law can be complied with. And in this regard, the Article 80 and Article 171 of the Constitution may also be amended to provide the women reservation for women 1/3 seats in Rajya Sabha and also the state councils. Law Minister, sir, please take note of it, sir. Sir, one more request, Law Minister, sir. Sir, for Purushottam Rupala, sir. Sir, now that you are providing reservation, that is today on 21st September 2023, and this month marks the monumental time for the women political empowerment in India, I strongly suggest and request the Honorable Minister for Law that the government declares September as Women's History Month. Women's Day, like International Women's Day, this month can be declared as Women's History Month. Sir, coming to the performance of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, the Constitution 73rd and 74th Amendment 1992 mandates the reservation of 1/3 seats for women in Panchayat and municipalities. In Andhra Pradesh, under the leadership of our beloved Chief Minister YS Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, has exceeded the limit. It is not 1/3, it is not 1/3. He has even exceeded the limit and then provided reservation for women, as I'm now divulging the details now. Out of 688 of 1,356 politically nominated persons in the local bodies are women. That is 51% in the politically nominated posts are women. And 7 out of 13 Jilla Parishad chairpersons are women. That is 54%. 15 out of 26 vice chairpersons are women. That is 58%. 18 of 36 mayors and deputy mayors are women. That is 50%. 361 out of 671 corporations ward members are women. That is 53.8%. 45 out of 73 municipal chairmen are women. That is 62%. 1061 out of 2124 municipal ward members are women. That is 50%. 57% of the sarpanches, 54% of MPTCs, 53% of mandal presidents, 53% of ZPTC members are women, 53% of the ward and village volunteers, and 51% of officers in ward village secretariats are women. Therefore, our leader, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, has crossed 33%, and in fact, nothing is less than 50%. Therefore, our contention is women reservation could be even more than 1/3, it could be even 50%, because women constitute...
Conclude kare.
You need not remind me, madam. Exactly 1/3 I'll close it. 1/3 of the time. So, therefore, because you disturb me, then I lose the sequence. Need not.
समय समाप्त हो रहा है, तो उसमें विषय आपको ध्यान दिलाना पड़ता है.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. प्रोफेसर मनोज झा.
शुक्रिया मैडम, शुक्रिया आपके वहाँ होने के लिए भी. बस मैं आपके माध्यम से ये कहना चाहूँगा कि इतिहास में, संसदीय लोकतंत्र के इतिहास में ऐसे क्षण आते हैं जब ये कहना मुश्किल हो जाता है, जो मीडिया के लोग पूछते हैं बाहर, आइज और नोज। ये मसला यस और नो का नहीं है माननीय उपसभापति जी, ये मसला हमारे देश की तारीख से जुड़ा हुआ है। ये मसला इस बात से जुड़ा हुआ है जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अभी बीते दिनों सेंट्रल हॉल में कहा था, कैनवस बड़ा होगा, आकृति बड़ी होगी। बड़ा कैनवस है लेकिन आकृति छोटी गढ़ी जा रही है, और ये इतिहास स्मरण करेगा, ये मैं आपके माध्यम से कहना चाहता हूं। अब नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम, मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आया कि ये लेजिस्लेशन है या किसी तरह का धार्मिक ग्रंथ की एक उसका शीर्षक है, क्योंकि बचपन से पढ़ता आया इस देश में, जब आपकी सरकार बीजेपी की सरकार नहीं थी, जत्र नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्ते तत्र देवता। पता नहीं देवता रम करते हैं कि नहीं, लेकिन हमने इस श्लोक के बावजूद महिलाओं का मोलेस्टेशन देखा, घरेलू हिंसा देखी, सबसे ज्यादा रेप परिवार नाम की संस्था में देखा, जिसका आंकड़ा खुद सरकार देती है। तो मुझको लगता है ये जो विरोधाभासी चरित्र है हमारे देश का, इस विरोधाभासी चरित्र पर भी बात होनी चाहिए। आज काफी सारी महिलाएं हैं, पत्रकार भी इस दर्शक दीर्घा में, इनको भी ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हमारे कुछ सरोकार हैं। इस देश में ऐसा नहीं चल सकता कि एक तरफ ये श्लोक पढ़ा जाए और दूसरी तरफ हम उस जुबान को छोड़ दें जो संविधान से आती है। मैडम, संविधान राइट्स की बात करता है, अधिकार की। हमारी वोकैबुलरी को क्या होता जा रहा है? अधिकार दया की श्रेणी में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन पूरा का पूरा जो टेक्सचर देखता हूं वो दया की श्रेणी में बात होती है, अधिकारों की बात कभी दया से नहीं होगी। माननीय डिप्टी चेयरमैन मैम, चेयरपर्सन मैम, सॉरी, एज पर द डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन 2008 हमारे पास जो सीट्स हैं 412 जनरल सीट्स, 84 एससीज, 47 एसटीज। अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं इस बिल के माध्यम से, 84 और 47 के अंदर 1/3 कर रहे हैं। क्या यह अन्याय नहीं है? एग्जिस्टिंग सीट्स में नहीं, जो 33% आ रहा है उसके अंदर, जिसका आंकड़ा अभी के हिसाब से 136 सीट बैठता है, उसमें एससी, एसटी और ओबीसी की व्यवस्था हो। क्योंकि देखिए, मैं आपके माध्यम से कहूं, हर महिला को बहुत मुश्किल से आगे बढ़ना पड़ता है, ये आप भी जानती हैं। और खास करके पिछड़े वर्गों की महिलाएं, अनुसूचित जाति जनजाति की महिलाएं, उनका डिप्रिवेशन और वल्नरेबिलिटी बाकियों से ज्यादा होती है। हैंड होल्डिंग करने के लिए कोई नहीं होता है, हैंड होल्डिंग करने के लिए कोई नहीं होता है। अगर आप पहुंची तो बिना हैंड होल्डिंग के, लेकिन उन पिछड़ी जाति की महिलाओं का क्या, जिनके हैंड होल्डिंग के लिए ना हमारे धर्म ग्रंथों में कोई व्यवस्था है और ना आज की समकालीन बातचीत में कोई व्यवस्था है। रेटोरिकली हम कुछ भी कह दें, मेरा सिर्फ आपके माध्यम से कहना होगा कि हमारी पार्टी, आज मैं स्मरण कर रहा हूं, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष लालू प्रसाद यादव जी, भगवतिया देवी, कई लोग जानते होंगे, पत्थर तोड़ने वाली महिला थी, पत्थर तोड़ने वाली, हम ना साहबो गाली भैया, हम ना साहबो गाली। वहां से, गया से निकल करके वो संसद तक पहुंची। क्या उसके बाद भगवतिया देवी आ पाई, फूलन देवी आ पाई? वो इसलिए नहीं आ पाई कि हम आपको दोष नहीं देते हैं, हमारी व्यवस्थाएं संवेदन शून्य है। मैं तो आग्रह करूंगा तमाम साथियों को, आप किसी भी दल में हो, आज एक बार उससे बाहर निकल करके सोचिए। यह ऐतिहासिक क्षण सचमुच ऐतिहासिक होगा अगर हमने आज इतिहास को व्यापक कैनवस पर देखा, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं। और प्रधानमंत्री जी की कथनी और करनी में फासला नहीं होना चाहिए, और यह फासला इसलिए नहीं होना चाहिए कि बड़े दूर फासले पे लोग खड़े हैं, अत्यंत पिछड़ी जातियों के लोग। मैडम, आप, अगर आपके माध्यम से मेरी बात पहुंच रही हो, तो आज मैं आग्रह करूंगा तमाम साथियों से, चिंता न करिए दलीय व्हिप की। दलीय व्हिप समाज की व्यवस्था पे भारी होना चाहिए, इसलिए मैंने कहा समर्थन विरोध नहीं। आज भी मौका है, इसको सेलेक्ट कमेटी में भेज करके एससी, एसटी और ओबीसी को इनकॉर्पोरेट किया जाए। नहीं, आज आप हम नहीं करेंगे, हम ऐतिहासिक गुनहगार होंगे। मैं यकीन के साथ कहता हूं, बाहर लोग वॉच कर रहे हैं, कहेंगे कि तुमने क्या किया, ये व्यवस्था ऐसे नहीं बदली जाती है। तो मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगा आपके माध्यम से कि अपने दायरों से अलग होकर के आप जब ओबीसी की बात करते हैं तो ये रेटोरिक से आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, हमारी चिंताओं में आना चाहिए। ये नहीं होगा कि बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर को माला भी पहनाए और उनकी बात को आत्मसात न करें। ये जो फर्क हमारे इसमें आ रहा है, इससे कई तरह के विरोधाभास का जन्म हो रहा है। मैडम चेयरपर्सन, मैं आपको कहूं कि कोटा विद इन कोटा की जब हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें एक टर्म आता है जो एक अमेरिकन सिविल राइट एक्टिविस्ट ने 89 में दिया, इंटरसेक्शनैलिटी। अब ये इंटरसेक्शनैलिटी को, चूंकि मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूं, आज मैंने सुबह इसका अनुवाद बहुत ढूंढा, उसके अनुवाद में एक अनुवाद आया, प्रतिच्छेदन। इंटरसेक्शनैलिटी का मतलब होता है कि हम हर लेयर की एजेंसीज और उसके अंदर की क्या विधाएं हैं, उसके आधार पर अपना चरित्र, अफर्मेटिव एक्शन प्रोग्राम को यह देखना होगा। जो खास करके वंचित समाज की महिलाएं हैं, मैं उनके बारे में कहूं, आपको एक बार अपना नजरिया साफ करना होगा। अगर चश्मा लगाती है सरकार, धूप का चश्मा नहीं, अगर सचमुच का चश्मा लगाती है तो उसके पावर बदलिए, उसको साफ करिए और यह तय करिए कि आज जब हम यहां से उठें तो एक कमिटमेंट दें ओबीसी वर्ग को। और ये मैं बार बार दोहरा रहा हूं कि 33% के को एग्जिस्टिंग में मत इनकॉर्पोरेट कीजिए, इट शुड बी सेपरेट। नई व्यवस्था में नया 33% विदाउट टचिंग एससीज एंड एसटीज, ये करिएगा तो क्रांतिकारी कदम होगा। अक्सर हम लोग अपने प्रिविलेजेस को नहीं देखते हैं। मेरा सरनेम एक प्रिविलेज है, नीरज भाई का सरनेम एक प्रिविलेज है। हमारे सरनेम ने हमें प्रिविलेज दिए हैं, उन सरनेम्स को देखिए जिनके पास ये प्रिविलेज नहीं है। नहीं, ऐसे ही मैं बहुत अच्छा किया। मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूं मैम चेयरपर्सन, मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूं कि प्रिविलेज का जो व्याकरण है वो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है। मैंने पहले भी सदन में कहा था कि इस देश में शायद देयर इज नथिंग इन नेम बट एवरीथिंग इज देयर इन द सरनेम। उनके संघर्ष, उनका जीवन कठिन लगातार होता जाता है। और एक ऐतिहासिक तथ्य बताऊं, 31 में बेगम शहनवाज और सरोजनी नायडू ने संविधान बनने से बहुत पूर्व इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेशन की बात की थी। हम काहे को अटके पड़े हैं 33 पर? मेरी तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि 33 के साथ क्या रिश्ता है हमारा। ये 50 क्यों नहीं हो सकता? ये 55 क्यों नहीं हो सकता? आपका पूरा का पूरा वर्ग चरित्र बदल जाएगा। आप नहीं चाहते हैं कि भगवतिया देवी यहां आए? हमेशा एक खास सरनेम, मैं तो बार बार कह रहा हूं कि जो अलग अलग दलों में भी हैं, अगर वो पहुंचे हैं यहां तक अपने संघर्ष से, तो उनको आज यह आवश्यकता है, उनको यह भरोसा दिलाया जाए कि ऐसी कोई चीज आगे नहीं होगी, सबके लिए खुलेगा। आपकी ये जो नई पार्लियामेंट है हमारी, ये रंगीन ज्यादा होगी। इंद्रधनुष में कई रंग होते हैं। हम ये कौन सा बिल ला रहे हैं जिसमें ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट के बाद शेड्स ऑफ ग्रे भी नहीं है? अगर हमारा उद्देश्य डिपेंडिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी है तो कदम उस दिशा में बढ़ाने होंगे। मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि 2010 में हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन देखिए, उसमें हमने एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी एंड माइनॉरिटीज की बात की थी। और हम इसलिए नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि वर्ग चरित्र बदले। संसद सचमुच में प्रतिनिधित्व की संस्था बने जिसमें सबके आकार हों, सबकी शक्लें हों। ये ना हो कि एक प्रभुत्व वर्ग का उस पर हमेशा उस पर छाप रहे। अब मैं कहूं कि अभी जातिगत जनगणना कल शाम के बाद, मैम चेयरपर्सन, अब मैं आपका अटेंशन चाहता हूं। कल शाम के बाद इस देश में लोकसभा में बिल पास हुआ, उससे ज्यादा इस बात की चर्चा हो रही है ओबीसी के साथ नाइंसाफी हुई। इस बात की चर्चा हो रही है कि जातिगत जनगणना पर क्यों ब्लॉक किया जा रहा। और मैं ये कह रहा हूं, हमारे सीएम नीतीश जी और तेजस्वी जी डिप्टी सीएम, उन्होंने जातिगत सर्वेक्षण कराया। 28 अगस्त को मेरे पास दोनों एफिडेविट है। पहले एफिडेविट कौन लेके गए? सरकार। तुषार मेहता खड़े होते हैं, सॉलिसिटर जनरल, ये कहते हैं कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट डू एनी एक्टिविटी लाइक सेंसस और एक्टिविटी अकिन टू सेंसस। लेकिन शाम तक जब अप्रोर होता है, दूसरी एफिडेविट आती है, कहती है गलती से वो पैराग्राफ लग गया था। सरकारें ऐसी गलतियां नहीं करती हैं, ये मानस करवाता है, ये प्रेजुडिस माइंड करवाता है। मैम चेयरपर्सन, बस ज्यादा नहीं लूंगा। मैंने कई संशोधन दिए हैं मैडम चेयरपर्सन, मैंने कई संशोधन दिए हैं। उन संशोधनों पर भी सरकार विचार करे। हाथ जोड़ के कहता हूं, आपका कुछ भी नहीं बिगड़ेगा, हृदय विशाल रखना चाहिए। छोटे मन से, आप ही के बड़े नेता कह गए थे, छोटे मन से कोई बड़ा नहीं होता। कैनवास पे बड़ी लकीर खींचिए। और मैं आखिरी में एक बात कह के खत्म करूंगा कि गले मिलकर गला दबाने की कोशिश ना हो। मैम चेयरपर्सन, 1 मिनट, एक कविता लेके आया था, उसके पहले गले मिलकर गला ना दबाइए, और ये कविता पढ़ के खत्म करूंगा और जय हिंद बोल दूंगा। ये ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि जी का है। इसमें जो प्रतीक हैं वो किसी जाति विशेष के लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि हम सब के अंदर एक ठाकुर है जो न्यायालयों में बैठा हुआ है, विश्वविद्यालयों में बैठा हुआ है, संसद की दहलीज को वो चेक करता है। तो कविता कुछ यूं है, चूल्हा मिट्टी का, मिट्टी तालाब की, तालाब ठाकुर का, भूख रोटी की, रोटी बाजरे की, बाजार खेत का, खेत ठाकुर का, बैल ठाकुर का, हल ठाकुर का, हल की मूठ पर हथेली अपनी, फसल ठाकुर की, कुआं ठाकुर का, पानी ठाकुर का, खेत खलिहान ठाकुर के, गली मोहल्ले ठाकुर के, फिर अपना क्या, गांव, देश, शहर। और मैं फिर से क्लैरिफाई करता हूं, वो ठाकुर मैं भी हूं, वो ठाकुर संसद में है, वो ठाकुर विश्वविद्यालयों में है, वो ठाकुर विधायिका को कंट्रोल करता है। इस ठाकुर को मारो जो हमारे अंदर है। जय हिंद मैम, जय हिंद।
श्री इलामुरम करीम, श्री इलामुरम करीम।
Thank you, sir. I support this bill. On what is that? Rupalji, let me speak. On behalf of CPIM, I support this bill. Honorable Prime Minister told that he was chosen one for empowering and strengthening women. Nothing, sir. This is a compulsion on the ruling party because they are afraid of the next election, the parliament election. After the propaganda led by Prime Minister and Home Minister in Karnataka and trying to communalize the entire community and division among the community, they lost Karnataka. They lost Himachal Pradesh. 15 years continuous rule in Delhi Municipal Corporation, they were lost. That situation compelled BJP to bring such a legislation in the parliament. This is not for Nari Shakti Bandhan. Sir, in 2010, UPA government introduced the bill in the Rajya Sabha and it was passed. I remember Srimati Sonia Gandhi and my party leader Brinda Karat and other women leaders who were supporting and interfering to pass that bill in the Rajya Sabha. In an article, Brinda Karat remembers that moment. She told, I quote, "But the unequivocal support for the bill of the then UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi ensured that the various plans being hatched to once again sabotage the bill were blocked." Sir, the firm position taken by the Rajya Sabha chairman, Hamid Ansari, was critical factor in the passage of the bill. Sir, this was happened because of the strong united struggle by women's organization since decades. But unfortunately, that bill was not passed in the Lok Sabha. In 2014 Parliament election, BJP promised they shall bring the reservation bill. 5 years, nothing done. 2019, they repeated that promise. 4 years has lapsed. you are responsible for losing 9 years of reservation for women. You have to reply for that. Now you are claiming Nari Shakti Bandhan. Which Nari, sir? Manipur Nari. Poor women folks. They are naked, paraded on the road, gang raped and mercilessly butchered under the patronage of BJP government. What Nari Bandhan, sir? The wrestling stars, they were assaulted by the chairman of that committee. Sir, Unnao, Katao victims, they were also ladies. What you have done? What you have done? So this is not for Nari Shakti Bandhan. This is for political achievement, only a political achievement. When it is to be implemented, when the women get this right, it is a far away after the census, when the census will happen, and on basis of the new census, delimitation to be happened. When it will happen, it is not coming in next 10 years or 15 years. They only want to win the next election. All the election promises are gone to air. The entire sections of the people, farmers, workers, youth, all are angry with this government. Sir, women are working in several sectors. What is their condition? Particularly agricultural workers. See, unorganized sector workers, scheme workers, lakhs of scheme workers, MNREG workers. What they are getting wages? There is no social benefit for them. In the basis of the privatization in public sector, in railways and public sector undertakings, social justice is gone to air. Where is the reservation, sir? In private sector, is there reservation? Only reservation for SC, ST and OBC section that is getting in the public sector undertakings only. What are you doing there? All are gone to private hands. That is your policy. So you are speaking about Nari Shakti Bandhan. This is not for Nari Shakti Bandhan. In West Bengal, 1983, 33% reservation was given to women in local bodies. That was first time in the history of this nation. In Kerala, 50% reservation is given to women in all panchayats, block panchayats and district panchayats and corporations, everywhere. Actually, the actual number may be more than 50%. In general seats also, so many women are contesting. So that is the history. What is the history of our states ruled by the BJP? Whether you can claim like that? See, we must recall the attention of this house regarding the BJP's policies adopted during the 9 years. India stand around 20-25% participation, female labor participation rate in the world. India is far backward comparing with other nations and backward nations also. In all aspects, our female are backward, sir. They are witnessing that, silently witness that. They are silent spectators of all these events. They are not taking care of the welfare of the women and under a suppressed section. Sir, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. That is the slogan. There is a single man from the largest minority section of this country in the cabinet. Sabka Saath. Where is the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas? That is the attitude of the BJP. No, nobody is there. There was one Nakvi. He was thrown out. That is your policy. So, you please utter Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Okay, sir. I conclude.
Shri Vaiko ji. Sir, you have 4 minutes.
Vice Chairperson, I rise to support this bill. The first decade of last century, women in UK, England, they did not have voting rights. So women fought against the government to get voting rights. And Emily Bankers was the chairperson of the Women Brigade. One day she went to the London head post office and said, "You have to send a parcel to the Prime Minister's residence." What parcel? I am the parcel. They were perplexed. They were shocked. Is there any rule that a living person should not be sent as a parcel? Then what they have done? They have tied a badge along with their wrist and sent to the Prime Minister's residence. And the Prime Minister's Secretariat was shocked. And Prime Minister, Mr. Asjit, he was very much shocked. He came. "What for you have come to see me? You have not given voting rights to the women." Then finally, with these struggles, they got the voting rights. Here in Tamil Nadu, 1921, when Justice Party formed the government, they gave the voting rights. And then in 1929, the greatest champion of social justice, Periyar E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar, conducted the self-respect movement conference in Chengalpet. He said he adopted a resolution that property rights should be given to the women. After 60 years, when Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi became the chief minister, and he fulfilled the assurance given by the chairman Periyar, and women were given the property rights. We have had a brave lady, Kannagi, who is known for her righteousness and bravery. The king of Madurai committed injustice by killing her innocent husband Kovalan on the false charge that he had stolen the ornament of queen. But on knowing the tragedy, Kannagi curses the king and curses the Madurai city to fire, and she is the global symbol of justice. Thilliyadi Valliyamai was a South African Tamil girl who worked with Mahatma Gandhi in her early years in South Africa, fighting its apartheid regime and observed fast. When she was dying, Mahatma Gandhi went to see her and she said, "If I am reborn, I will again join you to fight against the whites." In Tamil Nadu, Velu Nachiyar drew her sword against the powerful British army and defeated them with the help of Tipu Sultan and Virupachi.
Sir, you will have to start concluding, please.
I will take only 1 minute. The bill provides for the provision of 15 years initially, but I should suggest that it should be extended because it is too short a period. Similarly, delimitation exercise for constituency should be undertaken at the earliest so that these provisions can be implemented as soon as possible. Sir, Madam, some honorable members have demanded for reservation within reservation for women belonging to Dalit, OBC and minorities. I would suggest that some provision should be made for providing reservation to women belonging to these categories. With these words, I wholeheartedly support this constitution amendment bill.
Sir. Shri Ramnath Thakur ji.
श्रीमान, मैं समय पर अपनी बात रखूंगा।
7 मिनट है आपको।
5 मिनट नहीं, 7 मिनट। 7 मिनट। श्रीमान, आज डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया को याद करना बहुत जरूरी हो गया। 1967 में भगवती देवी को 1967 में डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया ने भगवती देवी को संयुक्त सोशलिस्ट पार्टी के उम्मीदवार के रूप में एमएलए बनाने का काम किया था और वो 1990 में लालू प्रसाद जी ने उनको एमपी बनाने का काम किया था।
मैं डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया के प्रति श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं कि महिलाओं के प्रति उनका क्या दर्द था। अब मैं आता हूं 1967 के बाद 1977 में जननायक कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी ने काका कालेलकर रिपोर्ट को लागू करने का काम किया था और वर्गीकरण करने का काम किया था। 8% पिछड़ा को, 12% अत्यंत पिछड़ा वर्ग को और 3% महिलाओं को देने का काम किया था। अब मैं आता हूं उनके बताए हुए रास्ते पर नीतीश कुमार जी ने जनगणना का हम लोग कई बार राज्यसभा में उठा चुके कि जातीय जनगणना होना चाहिए, लेकिन वो अभी तक नहीं हुआ। अब इन्होंने अभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष ने कहा कि हम 2029 को ये करेंगे। हम लोग बराबर करते आ रहे हैं, जनता दल की ये मांग है कि जातीय जनगणना होना चाहिए, लेकिन 2006 में बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी ने 50% पंचायत के मुखिया के महिलाओं को देने का काम किया, जिला परिषद के उम्मीदवारों को देने का काम किया। अभी सबसे भारत में अकेला राज्य बिहार है कि 35% महिलाओं को, हर एक विभाग के महिलाओं को देने का काम किया। सबसे ज्यादा पुलिस विभाग में महिलाएं वहां भर्ती हुई हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि नीतीश कुमार जी ने जो काम किया है बिहार में, उसके अनुरूप भारत सरकार इसको लागू करे। और क्यों नहीं करे? ये मजबूत पार्टी है, बहुमत की पार्टी है। 2016 में 8 बजे रात्रि में भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अनाउंसमेंट किया कि 1000 रुपये का नोटबंदी हो जाएगा। 12 बजे के बाद वो कागज समझा जाएगा। तो उस समय उन्होंने क्या किया? महिलाओं के लिए आज जो गीत गा रहे हैं, उस समय क्यों नहीं किया? अब 2016 छोड़िए, 2019 में उनका अपार बहुमत आ गया, उसमें उन्होंने क्यों नहीं किया महिला आरक्षण का? इसलिए हम आपसे निवेदन करना चाहते हैं, आपके माध्यम से सरकार से, कि मजबूत हैं, अभी भी अपार बहुमत में हैं, वो रात में बैठे और महिलाओं को आरक्षण देने का काम करें। हम ये निवेदन करना चाहते हैं आपके माध्यम से। नोटबंदी का काम किया, 2000 का नोट अभी भी बंद है, 30 सितंबर को उसका अंतिम है। इतने मजबूत रहते हुए वो 2029 में कर रहे हैं। इसका मतलब मुझको लगता है कि उनकी नीयत साफ नहीं है महिलाओं के प्रति। इसलिए आइए हम सब मिलकर के भारत सरकार से निवेदन करें कि जल्दी महिलाओं को राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर आरक्षण देने का काम करें। इन्हीं चंद शब्दों के साथ दिल के बहलाने का सामान न समझे जाएं, दिल के बहलाने का सामान न समझा जाए, महिलाओं को अब इतना भी आसान न समझा जाए, ये भी हम सबकी तरह जीने का हक मांगती है, इसको बगावत का ऐलान न समझा जाए। इन्हीं चंद शब्दों के साथ हम पूरे राष्ट्र के 1,140,00,000 जनता की तरफ से, इस सदन की तरफ से हम निवेदन करना चाहते हैं और कहना चाहते हैं कि मैं नहीं कहता तू सवेरा कर दे, मैं नहीं कहता कि तू सवेरा कर दे, 2 काम में एक काम तू मेरा कर दे, रोशनी तेज कर दे कि मैं कुछ देख सकूं, नहीं तो घनघोर अंधेरा कर दे। इन्हीं चंद शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी बात खत्म करता हूं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
समय से पहले आपने अपनी बात कर ली। बीरेंद्र प्रसाद वैश्य।
थैंक यू मैडम।
I raise here today to support the bill. Our country is observing 75 years of independence. In our independent movement, women play most strong leadership and always very strongly women participated in our independent movement. Not only that, for the better India, for the independent India, many women lost their life, including a 14-year school girl from Assam, Kanaklata Barua, who was hosted our national flag in Gopur police station in Assam, and she was killed by the British police. So bring this bill in the 75 years of independence. This is the true respect to our independent fighter, especially for women. Madam, the bill is coming in proper time. The bill was first introduced in the Parliament in the year 1996. I was witness in 1996. I was a member of Lok Sabha. Again, 2010, bill was passed in Rajya Sabha. But bill was passed, but not seriousness was there to pass the bill in Lok Sabha. So today, with confidence, with strong domination for the empowered women, this bill is coming, and I am sure under the leadership of Narendra Modi, definitely this bill is going to implement this time. Madam, 96, I was a member. 2010, I was a member. But I have seen it when bill was come in the House. Due to the quorum, House was adjourned. It means intentionally bill was not passed in Lok Sabha. Today, with new spirit, with amendment, this bill is coming. This government always believe one nation, one constitution. One nation, one constitution is the dream of this government, and by Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, it was implemented.
So you have to start
one
concluding,
nation, one
please.
constitution. And
Please
today,
conclude.
in the amendment version of this bill, this bill, government is decided to give reservation to the women in Union Territory Delhi also. This is very welcome move, because you men from Delhi, you men from Assam, you men from the Uttar Pradesh, everybody have a equal right, and this government, Narendra Modi government, is going to implement it by amending the constitution, and I'm sure this bill will pass. This bill is passed. Everybody will support the bill, and without voting, and this will pass, and it will be implemented very strongly. And in the year of the 75 years of our independence, bring this bill. I must compliment the government to bring this bill. With this, I totally, wholeheartedly support the bill and conclude my speech. Thank you.
Mrs. Saruj Pandey.
धन्यवाद। आज मैं इस ऐतिहासिक
You have 15 minutes.
मुझे बोलने का अवसर मिला। मैं धन्यवाद देती हूं अपने शीर्ष नेतृत्व को, और धन्यवाद देती हूं प्रधानमंत्री जी को कि उन्होंने हमारे स्त्रीत्व का, हमारे नारीत्व का, हमारे ममत्व का जो सम्मान किया है और देश की आधी आबादी को इस महिला आरक्षण बिल के माध्यम से स्थान देने का प्रयास किया है। इसलिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी को बहुत अभिनंदन है, बहुत साधुवाद है। नाम पर बात हो रही थी इस बिल के नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम पर, और जब शुरुआत में सदन में इस पर चर्चा हुई तो मुझे बहुत अफसोस के साथ कहना पड़ता है कि वंदन शब्द पर आपत्ति हुई। ये कैसी भारत की परंपरा है? अरे भारत माता का तो हम हमेशा वंदन ही करते हैं, लेकिन कभी इंडिया का वंदन नहीं होता है। भारत माता का वंदन होता है, और जो लोग भारत माता का वंदन करते हैं वो वंदन शब्द की महत्ता को नहीं समझेंगे। हमारे भारत की परंपरा रही है कि हमारे यहां अगर हमने कभी पूर्व में भी किसी की आराधना की है तो उसमें हमने नारी को पूजा है, और भारत में अर्धनारीश्वर का स्वरूप स्वीकार किया जाता है। ये बिल क्यों आया, ये बिल क्यों नहीं पास हुआ, हमारी मंशा पे शक हो रहा है। मैं पूछती हूं कि भारत की आजादी के इतने लंबे कालखंड के बाद ये प्रश्न पहले खड़ा क्यों नहीं हुआ? आज का भारत महत्वाकांक्षी भारत है, आज का भारत साहसिक भारत है, और इस साहसिक भारत में मुझे लगता है कि इस अमृत काल में हमने एक नई शुरुआत की है। चंद्रयान पर कल सदन में चर्चा हो रही थी, और जब सदन में चंद्रयान पर चर्चा हो रही थी तो शिव शक्ति शब्द का उपयोग हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किया, और आज एक सुखद संयोग है कि इस सुखद संयोग में शिव शक्ति के साथ 15 दिन के बाद वहां पर भी सूर्योदय हो रहा है। मुझे लगता है कि अमृत काल में यह सुखद संयोग शिव शक्ति का, जहां वहां पे सूर्योदय हो रहा है, भारत में भी यह सूर्योदय इस महिला शक्ति के माध्यम से होगा, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है। यहां पर भी शिव और शक्ति का ही उपयोग है, और मेरा मानना है कि शक्ति के जागरण के बिना कोई काम पूरा नहीं होता। इसलिए आज मेरा यह प्रबल विश्वास हुआ है कि शक्ति के जागरण के साथ इस अमृत काल में नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम पारित होगा, और इसके साथ ही साथ भारत में एक नया इतिहास लिखा जाएगा। हमारी मंशा पे सवाल करने वालों से मैं पूछना चाहती हूं और एक घटना याद दिलाना चाहती हूं। देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी तब प्रधानमंत्री होते हुए उनके साथ में जो देश की सबसे मजबूत कमेटी है, उसमें स्वर्गीय श्रीमती सुषमा स्वराज, श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण, माननीय राजनाथ जी और अरुण जेटली जी थे। सुषमा स्वराज जी के पास में विदेश मंत्रालय था, निर्मला सीतारमण जी के पास में रक्षा मंत्रालय था, अरुण जेटली जी के पास में वित्त मंत्रालय था, और राजनाथ जी के पास में गृह मंत्रालय था। उस समय लोग मजाक में कहते थे कि घर और वित्त पुरुष संभाल रहे हैं, रक्षा और विदेश महिलाएं संभाल रही हैं। यह एक सुखद संयोग था। यह इस बात का प्रमाण है कि देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किस प्रकार से हमारी प्रतिभा का उपयोग किया, हम पर विश्वास किया, और इसलिए आज ये नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम को यहां पर लाया गया। पिछली बार यहां पर बहुत से विषय आए कि ये पारित क्यों नहीं हुआ, पिछली बार लोकसभा में आया, हमने 9 साल में क्यों नहीं लाया। मैं कहना चाहती हूं कि 9 साल में क्यों नहीं लाया, इस पर करने की बजाय आज तो उत्सव का दिन है, हम सबको उत्सव मनाना चाहिए। आज खुशी का दिन है, मंशा पे शक क्यों? आप सब यहां पर प्रबुद्ध जन बैठे हुए हैं, आप श्रेष्ठ जन हैं, आप सभी को यह बात पता है। इस मंशा पर शक इसलिए नहीं किया जाना चाहिए, हर जगह पर राजनीति हो ये जरूरी नहीं है। लेकिन इस पर आप राजनीति कर रहे हैं। प्रक्रिया है, पूरी प्रक्रिया का पालन होना चाहिए और उस प्रक्रिया के साथ में जब हम उस बिल को आगे लाएंगे तभी महिलाओं को आरक्षण बिल पर प्रावधान के तहत उन्हें उनका अधिकार मिल पाएगा। पूर्व में राज्यसभा में पारित हुआ, लेकिन राज्यसभा में पारित होते हुए उन्हें स्थान नहीं मिल पाया, लोकसभा में पारित नहीं हुआ। हर जगह की राजनीति भारत देश को बहुत पीछे ले जाती है। देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बहुत अच्छी मंशा के साथ, बहुत साफ मंशा के साथ आज के इस उत्सव को मनाने का पूरी देश की आधी आबादी को अवसर दिया है। आज आपको जितनी भी गैलरी है, मैं कल से देख रही हूं, चाहे वो लोकसभा की हो, चाहे वो राज्यसभा की हो, देश की आधी आबादी हमारे को यहां पर दिखाई देती है। यह हमको गौरव का अनुभव होता है। मैं इसलिए भी अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी को साधुवाद देती हूं कि इस गैलरी से वो महिलाएं सुनने आई हैं कि हमारे श्रेष्ठ जन क्या कहते हैं, हमारे प्रबुद्ध जन क्या कहते हैं। बहुत सारी योजनाओं का विषय नहीं कहती, लेकिन देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक योजना लागू करी, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ। इस योजना को लागू करने के पीछे बहुत मार्मिक उद्देश्य है। उस उद्देश्य को मैं कहना चाहती हूं, उस घटनाक्रम को कहना चाहती हूं। जिन राज्यों में बेटी का जन्म होना अभी शाप माना जाता था, बिटिया अगर पैदा हुई तो जो पैदा करने वाली माँ है वो भी तनाव में रहती थी, घर परिवार के लोग भी रहते थे, और बिटिया पैदा हुई तो उस बिटिया को बड़े से दूध के हौदे में डाल दिया जाता था। वो बिटिया उस दूध के बड़े से हौदे में अंतिम सांसें गिनती थी, इस धरती पर आती जरूर थी लेकिन विदा कर दी जाती थी। लिंगानुपात बार बार बदल रहा था, बेटों की संख्या बढ़ती थी, बिटिया की संख्या घट जाती थी। और जब बिटिया की संख्या गिरने लगी, लिंगानुपात असंतुलित होने लगा, तो देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इसकी शुरुआत करी और उन्होंने कहा कि अगर इसी प्रकार से होता रहा तो हम आने वाले समय पर कहां खड़े होंगे। ये दूरदृष्टि इसके पहले कभी किसी ने नहीं करी। उन्होंने शुरुआत करी बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ अभियान की, और आज बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ अभियान के साथ में मैं आपको गर्व के साथ इस बात को बताना चाहती हूं कि विश्व के आर्थिक मंच की वार्षिक लैंगिक अंतराल रिपोर्ट 2023 में जो प्रकाशित हुई है, इस बार भारत वैश्विक लैंगिक सूचकांक में 8 अंकों का सुधार करते हुए 146 देशों में से 127वें स्थान पर पहुंच गया है। ये हमारा गौरव है। ये देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जिस लिंगानुपात को संतुलित करने का प्रयास किया, ये उसका गौरव है। और देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जिस दूरदृष्टि के साथ इतनी छोटी सी बात जो लोगों को दिखाई नहीं देती थी, उस पर इस अभियान के माध्यम से उन्होंने शुरुआत करी। बहुत सारी योजनाएं हुई, बहुत सारी बातें हुई, हमारी को प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना से लेकर तमाम चीजें हुई। लेकिन कभी कभी मैं सोचती हूं कि हम महिलाएं तो हमेशा से वंचित हैं। उस वंचित, शोषित, पीड़ित महिलाओं के साथ राजनीति कैसी? अरे हम तो रोज रोज अपनी योग्यता का प्रमाण देते हैं, आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करते हैं, लेकिन अगर देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी उस पर अवसर देते हैं तो बार बार उस पर राजनीति करके, उस पर प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा करके, उनकी मंशा पर संदिग्ध विषयों को खड़ा करके जिस प्रकार का यहाँ पर दृश्य, आज की नारी को देवी बनाना नहीं चाहते, आज की नारी को दासी बनाना भी नहीं चाहते। आज वो चाहते हैं कि आज हमें एक मानवी के रूप में पहचान मिले, हम एक मानवी के रूप में अपना स्थान बनाएं। और इसलिए जब हम इसकी शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं तो आज इस आरक्षण बिल के साथ ही एक नए उत्सव की शुरुआत होगी। देश में महिलाओं को अपना स्थान मिलेगा। और मेरा मानना है कि जब हम अपने स्थान की बात करते हैं तो इस अमृत काल में, भले उसका समय थोड़ा लंबा है, लेकिन इस अमृत काल में जो बिल पारित होगा या आने वाले समय में उस व्यक्तित्व को सुशोभित करेगा जो इस सदन में आधी आबादी के तौर पर उपस्थित होगी। महिलाओं में बहुत धैर्य होता है और इस धैर्य के साथ वो आगे बढ़ती है। हमारे धैर्य की परीक्षा और हमारे धैर्य की लगातार कई उस पे कहानियां हैं जो सत्य हैं, लेकिन ये संघर्ष बहुत लंबा हो गया। आरक्षण विधानसभा में और लोकसभा में मिले, इसका संघर्ष बहुत लंबा हो चुका है। बहुत साफ मंशा के साथ में इस बिल को लाकर जनगणना के माध्यम से संवैधानिक प्रदत्त अधिकारों के तहत यहाँ पे हम इसे लागू करें, और मुझे लगता है कि इस उत्सव में पूरे देश के लोग शामिल हों। ये मेरे लिए सौभाग्य का विषय है कि आज इस ऐतिहासिक पल का मुझे साक्षी होने का गौरव मिला है, और इसी के साथ मैं अपनी बात को समाप्त करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
नेक्स्ट रजनी अशोक राव पाटिल।
इधर इधर इधर
इधर इधर है,
इधर है,
इधर ही, ये तो कभी उधर नहीं जाएगी।
यू हैव 10
धन्यवाद
मिनट्स।
महोदया।
यस, यू हैव 10 मिनट्स।
धन्यवाद देती हूँ आपको मुझे बोलने का मौका दिया। नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम 2023 1 से 28वां संशोधन के लिए इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस मेरी पार्टी की तरफ से समर्थन देने के लिए मैं यहाँ खड़ी हूँ। आज मैं खुद को बहुत गौरवान्वित, कृतज्ञ और भाव विभोर महसूस करती हूँ। और आज याद आती है मुझे मेरे नेता, इस देश के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री राजीव गांधी जी की, जिनके दूरदृष्टि से और जिनके विजन से ये महिलाओं का आरक्षण का अधिकार मिलने का काम हुआ था। उनकी गहरी सोच की वजह से हमारी जैसी 15 लाख महिलाएं आज देश में अलग अलग जगह पे पंचायतों में, नगर पालिकाओं में काम कर रही है। इस देश की नींव का एक हिस्सा बन के खड़ी है। और मुझे ये बताने के लिए बहुत आनंद हो रहा है कि पहली 92 में जब ये लागू हुआ महिला आरक्षण विधेयक, और 93 में उसी के तहत में जिला परिषद में बीड़ से मैं पहली बार यहाँ चुन के आई थी। तो ये मेरी जो जर्नी है वो जिला परिषद से लेके यहाँ तक वो सिर्फ पॉसिबल हुई क्योंकि मेरी पार्टी के नेता, उन्होंने बहुत ही सोच विचार करके ये बिल लाया था। 1989 में राजीव जी ने पहली बार ये बिल लाया। लोकसभा में तो पास हो गया, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जो लोग आज वंदन करना चाहते हैं हमें, उन लोगों ने उसको पराभूत कर दिया और उनके कारण वो हमारा बिल पराभूत हो गया। 1992 में 73rd एंड 74th अमेंडमेंट ये जो हुआ, उसमें उसके तहत 1/3 हिस्सा, 1/3 महिला अधिकार के रूप में हमें हमारा पूरा अधिकार मिल गया, जिसमें बहुत सारी महिलाएं, कोई सरपंच बनी, कोई मेयर बनी, कोई पंच बनी, जिला परिषद के अध्यक्ष बनी, और ये सब ठाकुर की से, जो ठाकुर की बात हुई, ठाकुर की से राज करने लगी। तब भी हमारे ऊपर इल्जाम लगा कुछ लोगों ने कि मिस्टर सरपंच, ये शब्द उन्होंने यूज किया, मिस्टर सरपंच, कि हम नहीं काम करेंगे, उनके पति काम करेंगे। लेकिन ऐसा हुआ नहीं। हमारे काम हमने धीरे धीरे सीखना शुरू कर दिए और बाद में हम सब समझने लगे कैसे काम करते हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि महिलाओं ने अपना अधिकार जागरूक करने का काम अगर यहाँ पे इस बिल के तहत हुआ है। मैं नम्रतापूर्वक ये भी कहना चाहती हूँ कि 1996 में जब ये बिल पहली बार लोकसभा में आया, तब भी मैं लोकसभा में सदस्य थी। तो हमेशा महिला आरक्षण का बिल जब भी आता है, उसका एक एक सीढ़ी चढ़ के 30-35 साल का ये हमारा परिक्रमण हुआ है। और मुझे लगता है 2029 तक यहाँ रहना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जब तक ये आता नहीं बिल। मैं मैडम 96 में जब बिल आया, उस बिल को इतना विरोध किया, उस बिल को फाड़ के टुकड़े भी कर दिए और गीता मुखर्जी के सिलेक्ट कमेटी के चेयरमैन को ये बिल सौंपा गया, गीता मुखर्जी। और गीता मुखर्जी के नेतृत्व में ये बिल का प्रवास शुरू हो गया। धीरे धीरे 2010 साथ में आ गया। और मेरी नेता सोनिया गांधी, उनकी मंशा थी कि जो राजीव जी का सपना था, जो आधा रह गया था, आधा तो पूरा कर दिया था उन्होंने पंचायतों में, लेकिन जो आधा रह गया था कि लोकसभा में और विधानसभा में भी हमारी बहनें आना चाहिए, वो सपना पूरा करने के लिए हमारी सोनिया जी आगे आई और मनमोहन सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में पहली बार 2010 में यह हमारा बिल पारित हो गया राज्यसभा में। लेकिन फिर लोकसभा में हमारा पूरा बहुमत नहीं था, इसलिए वो हो नहीं पाया। 2014 में जब गवर्नमेंट बदली और नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब प्रधानमंत्री जी हो गए तो उन्होंने इतने बड़े बड़े वायदे किए थे, तो हमें लगा कि अभी तो ये बिल करेंगे, मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, ऐसे यही लोग बोल रहे थे, तो हमें लगा ये करेंगे। 2015 में सोनिया जी ने लेटर लिखा मोदी जी को, फिर 15 में लिखा, 16 में लिखा, 2018 में राहुल जी ने लेटर लिखा और बताया कि अगर ये बिल आप लाना चाहते हैं तो वी आर रेडी टू कोऑपरेट यू, हम अनकंडीशनल आपका हमारा सपोर्ट करेंगे, आप ये बिल लाओ और ये बिल पारित करो। लेकिन ये नहीं हुआ और जब अभी 9 साल पूरे होने के लिए आए और 1 साल दिख रहा है कि अभी चुनाव है, जिस सब तरह से मारे गए हैं, जब तरह से उनको लोग चीतू कर रहे हैं, तब उनको लगा कि अभी महिलाओं का कार्ड हम प्ले कर सकते हैं और इसलिए महिला बिल आया है। हमारे लिए कोई वंदना नहीं था, हमारे देवी, हमें वंदना मत ही करो, हम कोई देवी नहीं बनना चाहते, ना हम देवी बनना चाहते, ना हम बहन बनना चाहते, हम सिर्फ एक मानव बनना चाहते। वी वांट टू बी द ह्यूमन बीइंग, हमें मानव करके समझाओ, कोई किसी बड़े बड़े पेडेस्टल पे मत रखो, क्योंकि ऐसे कर करके बहुत साल हमें नीचे गिराने का कोशिश इन लोगों ने की है। 2 साल के बाद जब ये बिल आज आया है तो मुझे तो उनके नियत में कुछ खोट लगती है। एक कारण यह है कि अगर उनके मन में मंशा थी तो उन्होंने पहले ही लाना चाहिए था। अगर ये अपना नोटबंदी का बिल एक रात में ला सकते, जीएसटी का बिल ला सकते रात में, और 3 कृषि कानून जो काले कानून थे, और इन्होंने बोला हम पुख्ता तैयारी करते, नड्डा जी ने बोला अगर पुख्ता तैयारी की थी तो 3 कृषि कानून वापस लेने की नौबत क्यों आई आपके ऊपर? जरूरत नहीं थी आपको, तो ये आपकी तैयारी है क्या? तो ये सब जगह पे यहाँ पे उनका उल्टा खेल हुआ है और सत्ताधारी पार्टी की। मुझे बहुत बुरा लगा सुन के, क्योंकि जब एक परिवार के 2 लोग इस देश के लिए शहीद होने के लिए तैयार होते हैं, जब एक परिवार की एक हमारी महिला नेता, जब हम सैल्यूट करते हैं, एक महिला नेता खुद प्राइम मिनिस्टर का त्याग करती है, एक ही हमारे परिवार के एक बच्चा लड़का हमारा राहुल गांधी जब बाहर निकलता है और ये मोहब्बत का दुकान इनके नफरत के बाजार में खोलने के लिए भारत जोड़ो करके निकलता है। भारत जोड़ो में जब लोग वो निकले, मैंने खुद देखा है मेरे आंखों से, क्योंकि परसों भी बीच में वो ले लड़ा के आए थे, तब भी मैं उनके साथ थी। ये जो हुआ है उसमें सभी लोगों ने और खास तौर पे हमारी महिलाओं ने अपनी मन की बात, मैडम आप एक महिला है, हम किसी आदमी का हाथ भी नहीं पकड़ सकते अगर हमें विश्वास नहीं आता है तो, लेकिन वो महिलाएं गले पड़ रही थी, रो रही थी, बता रही थी अपनी पीड़ाएं, अपने दुख दर्द राहुल जी को बता रही थी। मुझे ये दावे के साथ मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि ये परिवार को नाम रखना, इसमें आपको क्या सुख मिलता है? पंडित जी से लेकर हर रोज 60 साल में क्या किया, आपने क्या क्या करके मारते हैं। 30 साल में तो ये लोग सत्ता में भी नहीं है, बाहर रह के काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी उनको आप छोड़ते नहीं है। ये मेरे लिए मुझे लगता है कि अच्छी बात नहीं है। आज जब विशेष सत्र शुरू हो गया, 2-3 दिन से मैं देख रही हूँ यहाँ पे अच्छा माहौल हो गया है। पहले दिन हम वहाँ पे फोटो हुए, सब कुछ हुआ, बहुत सेरिमोनियल सब रिसेप्शन हुआ। लेकिन 2 दिन से मैं यहाँ देख रही हूँ बड़े फिल्म बॉलीवुड के, हमारे मुंबई से आके बॉलीवुड की अभिनेत्रियाँ यहाँ पे दिख रही है मुझे, और कभी ऐसे पूरा पहले हुआ नहीं था। और उनको फोटोग्राफ किया जाता है, उनका फोटो सेशन होता है, हमें उनको लाने के लिए कोई मना नहीं है, लेकिन जब लाते हो तो उसका सिर्फ अपना फायदा मत करे। तो जिनका हमें जम्मू कश्मीर में शहादत दी है उनके घर जाओ, उनके घर के आंसू पोंछने की कोशिश करो। मणिपुर में जाओ, मणिपुर के महिलाओं को जब नग्न किया जाता है और उनको जब एक बलात्कार किया जाता है, उनके लिए आपके मन में कोई संवेदना नहीं है। इतना ही नहीं, इस देश को जब ओलंपिक के मेडल मिलवाने वाली हमारी जो महिला खिलाड़ी है, पहलवान है, उन महिला पहलवानों को आप घसीट के लेके जाते हो रास्ते से, और उनके लिए आपके यहाँ हमदर्दी नहीं, लेकिन आपको हमदर्दी है जो बॉलीवुड से आती है उनको खिलाओ। और वो भी महिला आती है मैडम, वो भी अच्छा आज जो वो भी आती है अपने फिल्म का प्रमोशन करती है मैडम। हमारा विरोध इसलिए नहीं कि वो आती है, उनको आने दो, लेकिन अपना प्रमोशन उन्होंने नहीं यहाँ करना चाहिए। और उसके लिए फोटोशॉपिंग होता है, पत्रकार आते हैं, वो नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसे मुझे लगता है। दूसरी बात यह है कि जब आपने हमें दिया है,
मैं चेयर का रिस्पेक्ट की वजह से आपको कुछ कह नहीं रही हूँ।
आपने जब हमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की कॉपी दे दी, अब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की कॉपी लेकर हम आ गए, तो मैडम मैंने देखा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की कॉपी में, जब मैंने देखा कि पार्लियामेंट क्या है, कि नए पार्लियामेंट में हम आए तो पार्लियामेंट क्या है समझ ले पहले, तो वहां पे पहला ही वाक्य यही है कि देयर शिल बी अ पार्लियामेंट फॉर द यूनियन विच शैल कंसिस्ट ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट एंड 2 हाउसेस टू बी नोन एज रिस्पेक्टिवली एज द काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स एंड हाउस ऑफ पीपल। कहा है हमारा पहला जो वाक्य है उसमें हमारे राष्ट्रपति जी कहा दिख रही है। 3 दिन हमारे समारोह हुआ, एक महिलाओं के लिए आप सेशन रख रहे हैं स्पेशल, और इतना हमारे एक आदिवासी महिला करते हैं आप, तो सिर्फ उनका यूटिलाइज करते हो क्या? द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को यहाँ पे बुलाना, द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को यहाँ पे बुलाना आवश्यक था, और वो अगर हो जाता तो हमारे लिए बहुत आनंद की बात रहती थी, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं हुआ है। ये संघर्ष का प्रवास जो हमने किया है शुरू, जो मैंने बताया 96-89 से शुरू हुआ, और मैं 4 लाइनें बताना चाहती हूँ कि ना किसी को गिराया, ना खुद ही को उछाला, कटा जिंदगी का सफर धीरे धीरे, वहां पहुंचे आप जहां पहुंचे आप छलांगे लगा के, आप जहां पे छलांगे लगा के पहुंचे वहां पहुंचे हम भी, मगर धीरे धीरे। बस डिलिमिटेशन हो गया मैडम, डिलिमिटेशन सेंसस हो नहीं हो इसके आड़े नहीं आना चाहिए, हमारे बिल के आड़े आना नहीं चाहिए, सेंसस नहीं आना चाहिए। और दूसरा, मैं और एक लास्ट में बात कहना चाहती हूँ कि हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट, ये जो बोलते हैं कि हमने सब किया, मुझे लगता है इनको अल्जाइमर हुआ है बीजेपी वालों को, उनको पहले कुछ याद ही नहीं आता है। 2014 के बाद कई सब याद आता है, या देवी देवता वैदिक काल याद आता है। तो मुझे ये लगता है कि जब हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट आया, हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट आया, हिंदू एडॉप्शन एक्ट आया, ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया है। महिलाओं की तरफ से बाबा साहेब आम्बेडकर जिनका नाम आज लेना हमें आवश्यक लगता है कि अगर वो नहीं होते, कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं होती, तो हमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन द्वारा वोटिंग का अधिकार भी मिलने के लिए संघर्ष करना पड़ता और ऐसे भाषण देने पड़ते थे। उन्हीं के कारण हमें हमारा वोटिंग का अधिकार भी मिला है। इस देश को प्रथम प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा जी दी है कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, प्रथम राष्ट्रपति प्रतिभाताई को दिया है, प्रथम स्पीकर मीरा कुमार को दिया है, और बीजेपी ने सिर्फ बताना चाहिए मैडम कि किसको उन्होंने किया है। अध्यक्ष भी बीजेपी की महिला हुई है। मी मराठीमध्ये फक्त 2 मिनिटं बोलणार, एकच मिनिट मॅडम, मराठीमध्ये 1 मिनिट बोलू दे मला, माझी भाषा आहे ती। आज गणपती आणि महालक्ष्मी आहेत, गौरी आहेत आमच्याकडे, त्यामुळे आज गौरी येणार आहेत
तुम्ही आहेत महालक्ष्मी
तर गौरी येणार आहे, त्यामुळे मला सगळ्या माझ्या बांधवांना आमच्या महाराष्ट्राच्या रीतीप्रमाणे तुम्हाला शुभेच्छा द्यायच्यात आणि गणपती बाप्पा मोरया म्हणायचं आहे। आणि एकच सांगायचं की आमचा महाराष्ट्र लढत होता, रमाबाई आंबेडकर, बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर, ताराराणी, अहिल्याबाई, असे किती नावं आहेत आमच्याकडे की ज्या नावांना उल्लेख करून या देशाला आम्हाला फार मोठं सन्मान वाटतो। आणि त्यामुळे मला आज नारी शक्ती वंदन करत असताना मी आपल्याला एवढीच विनंती करेन की आम्हाला आमचं माणूस म्हणून जगण्याचा अधिकार द्या। आम्हाला देवता बनवू नका, देवी बनवू नका, लक्ष्मी बनवू नका, आम्हाला देवता न बनवता माणूस म्हणून जगायचा अधिकार द्या। आणि हे जे बिल आहे ते लवकरात लवकर इतकी 40% आमचे ह्याचे आहेत, कास्ट आहे आमच्या, ती कास्ट धरून ओबीसी, SC, ST या सगळ्यांनी म्हणून ते बिल लवकरात लवकर पास करा। धन्यवाद, आपण मला भेट दिल्यामुळे। जय हिंद।
मौसम नूर।
Thank you, Vice Chairperson, Madam. Madam, I come from a party called the All India Trinamool Congress, whose founder gave 41% of Lok Sabha tickets to women way back in 2014. I come from a party founded by Ms. Mamta Banerjee, which already has 40% of women MPs in the Lok Sabha. I come from a party that already has 50% women elected in the panchayats and the municipalities. I come from a party founded 25 years ago, which spoke up in Parliament for the Women's Reservation Bill way back in 1998. Madam, our words were not empty words. Our words were put into action. Today, we are glad that the rest of India, including this government, who gave only 12% tickets to women, has learnt little from India's only woman-serving Chief Minister. The BJP has 16 Chief Ministers none of them are women. Madam, we have already implemented the Women's Reservation Bill in the past. This government is trying to bring a bill in the present, which it cannot implement in the near future. Madam, Mr. Prime Minister, sir, listen carefully to what I am saying. I am Mausam Noor from Malda, West Bengal. I have been elected twice in the Lok Sabha and now serving my third term in Parliament in the Rajya Sabha. If you are really serious about this bill, please give 33% tickets to women in the 5 upcoming state elections in November this year and in 2024 general elections next year. Madam, of course we support this bill. It is our bill. It is our idea. It is what we have already implemented. Let me try to explain to you how this bill is fundamentally flawed. Because this bill is linked to both delimitation exercise and a census. It is like writing a check with no balance in your account. And the check is dated not 2023 September, but maybe 2030 feel good, but you won't have any money in your account. That is exactly what this government is telling the women of India. Madam, going beyond the walls of Parliament, we as a nation need to change our thinking. In the Election Commission of India, of the 9 top posts, not one is a woman. Out of 11,000 IS officers between 1951 to 2020, only 1 in 10 was a woman. Only 1 out of 10 IPS officers is a woman. Out of the 680 judges, only 83 are women. Only 15% of women hold senior and managerial positions in India. It is heartening that in West Bengal, every district has a police station that is solely run by women. Madam, if women have to be represented, it has to be a team effort. And in conclusion, sir, Madam, I ask the Prime Minister, what is the name of that Lok Sabha MP of yours who shamed us, who harassed our champion wrestlers? On behalf of the women of India, what is he still doing, sitting here in this new building? Thank you, Madam.
नेक्स्ट कौन है? नेक्स्ट कौन है? ये है आर गिरिराजन.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable Chairman, first of all,
Chairwoman.
Chairperson, sorry, sir. Chairperson, Honorable Chairperson, first of all, I thank my beloved leader, Thalapathy M.K. Stalin, for providing this opportunity to speak in this August House. Representing DMK, for the 75 years Dravida Munnetra Kalagam has been fighting for women's rights. We welcome the Women's Reservation Bill. The pertinent question is, why has not the Modi government shown even 1% of the concern it showed in passing the controversial Agrarian Bill, Acts, Citizenship Amendment Act, Kashmir Special Status Act, and 10% reservation for passing the Women Reservation Bill? People have apprehension on the timing and the cunning manner the bill is drafted as sinister design. People will understand that despite the strength of the majority, they have remained blind for the past 9 years and are trying to do an electoral jumla as usual. Madam, even if the bill is passed now, the implementation of that will take many more years, as they have included a clause in Article 334A, the provisions of the Constitution relating to the reservation of seats for women in the House of the People. The Legislative Assembly of the states shall come into effect after an exercise of delimitation is undertaken for this purpose of the relevant figures of the first census taken after commencement of the Constitution 128th Amendment Act 2023, that it will implemented after the delimitation of the constituencies were done. Delimitation of Lok Sabha constituencies in various states and assembly constituencies will be drawn only after 2026. The next election after delimitation will be held in 2029. So, implementation of the said act cannot be implemented before 2029. There is no guarantee when the census will be held. The census that never took place, the redistricting based on it, and the strange play of passing the law now to supposedly come into effect in 2029 is an electoral shame of failure. Madam, the delimitation of constituencies has got its own problems and grave issues which need to be thrust out thoroughly before arising at the total number of Lok Sabha constituencies and assembly seats in states in the country. The play to reduce the representation of the people of South India, especially from Tamil Nadu in the Lok Sabha, in the name of the constituency, re-dealing Tamil Nadu and other South Indian states. The BJP-led government should consider the rationale behind the demand for reservation for women from backward, most backward communities. There should be an inner reservation for women and OBC and BC while implementing 33% reservation. The DMK President and Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin, in his statement and reiterated this aspect. Madam, gender equality means empowering women in all ways and in all places. For that, they should first be given their proper places. Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam has been insisting on this. Whenever DMK government is formed, it is implemented. In 1996, Chief Minister Kalangnar has provided 33% reservation for women in local bodies. By the end of the 1996, election to local bodies such as Panchayat unions, municipalities and corporations were held by the DMK. The Women's Reservation Bill has pending for nearly 27 years. The Women's Reservation Bill was first introduced in 1996 in the Union Government of the DMK in 2005 too. The DMK-led Union Government introduced the bill. The BJP, which initially said it would support it, then opposed it. Uma Bharati, who spoke on behalf of the BJP, has vehemently opposed it. Among those who have opposed it, in the past, in the present, it was introduced in the Rajya Sabha on March 8, 2010, Women's Day, and passed the next day during the UPA government. Before that, Honorable Devagowda's government brought this bill. Our floor leader Tiruchi Siva also spoke on that bill. Unfortunately, it could not be passed in the Lok Sabha due to the opposition from some political parties. The BJP government, which came to power after the shelved the bill. In the 2014 and 2019 elections, the BJP government ordered to introduce the bill for the reasons better known to them. In 2017, we took out a rally in Delhi on behalf of the DMK. Mrs. Kanimori, the woman wing secretary and then Rajya Sabha member, now Lok Sabha member, led the rally which was held to press for the implementation of 33% reservation for women parliament and assembly constituencies in states. Madam, former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi ensured reservation in local bodies. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh introduced the Women Reservation Bill in Parliament and State Assemblies in the Rajya Sabha. The achievements of both of them deserve to be remembered now. On behalf of the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, I welcome the bill to provide 33% reservation to women brought in by the Union Government. Even if it is done because of the passage of time, I urge these Union rulers to consider its justification and not ignore the demand for representation for women of the backward and most backward communities. India is the only country that has not yet conducted a census that takes place once in a decade. So far, BJP has not given assurances of when it will be happen. The delimitation of constituencies based on the population alone in the dagger hanging over the head of Tamil Nadu and the South Indian states. The political conspiracy is increase the number of MPs from North Indian states like UP and Bihar and reduce the political representation in South India must be defeated. The unjust attempt to deceive you, politically conscious in Tamil Nadu must be nipped in the bud. Even Chandrayaan softly landed on the south pole of the moon. BJP cannot land it in the South India. Mind it. Following the footsteps of Doyen of social justice and Dravidian model, Tandai Periyar, Perariyaranna, Dr. Kalaignar, several fair-sighted initiatives and schemes for women empowerment were being implemented by the DMK government. Our Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, through M.K. Stalin, is continuing the legacy of the Dravidian model governance. Today, welfare schemes for women that are being implemented in the Tamil Nadu over the last 5 decades. Equal rights for women in family properties, 1989. Increase the reservation for women in government jobs, 40%. Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy Maternity Benefit Scheme aimed at ensuring maternal nutrition. Schemes for education, marriage assistance and remarriages. Fare-free travel for women in government-run city buses. The Molu Ramarthamammayar Higher Education Assurances Schemes provides 1,000 rupees financial assistance to girls till they complete the recognized courses. The government of Tamil Nadu has launched the Grand Social Welfare Initiative for women, Kalaignar Magalir Urimai Togai Tittam, on September 15. Though this scheme is monthly financial assistance of rupees 1,000 is provided to 1,06,50,000 eligible women family heads in the states. Madam, Tamil Nadu has become the role model state in the country due to the continuous efforts of our great leaders, Tandai Periyar, Perariyaranna, Dr. Kalaignar, Thalapathy M.K. Stalin. Madam, only 1 minute. Madam.
I'm sorry, I have been asked to tell you that your time is over.
Okay, just, Madam, our Dravidian model government, we have fulfilled all our poll promises, but at the same time, we have the union government led by Sri Narendra Modi at the center for almost a decade. We have never seen any other government which never bothered to fulfill the poll promises. The Narendra Modi led by BJP government has several political and electoral promises never to be fulfilled. No other government has promised so much electoral jumlas than this government. We can publish volumes of electoral jumlas of Narendra Modi and his government. They promised that all the black monies stashed in foreign countries by Indians will be brought back and rupees 50 lakhs would be deposited in bank account of each and every citizen. This remains as a great
राजन जी, इसके बाद महिला का टर्न है, आप खत्म कर दीजिए
प्लीज. 2 crore new jobs every year to the people of this country, especially the educated youth. But the unemployment problem has reached the highest in the history of the independent India. I conclude, Madam, when the Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister, he has promised the people of India that linking rivers, especially the peninsular rivers, but nothing happened so far. All these promises is given. The implementation of the act will have to wait several years and pass through several orders. In the last 10 years, people of this country have seen a lesson in 2024 electoral battle for all the electoral jumlas. Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
सुलता जी आइए.
जय जगन्नाथ. Honorable Vice Chairman Madam, thank you so much giving me the permission to speak in my mother tongue Odia. From my party Biju Janata Dal, I support the bill. ମୁଁ ମୋ पार्टी बिजु जनता दल तरफ ए बिल की समर्थन जनाऊँगी. ए कोट मु कहबी गोटे कोट, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट इज नॉट ए बिल उपर आलोचना होची. इंडिया टुडे ग्रुप रे गतकाली पब्लिश होची जे ओडिशा होची नारी शक्ति बंधन रे सबुठु आगरे. एथिपाई मु गर्व अनुभव करे. स्वर्गत बिजू पट्टनायक जे कि फॉर्मर चीफ मिनिस्टर थिले ओडिशार हो जाए, सेथिपाई से प्रथम करी ओडिशा होची एभली राज्य जे प्रथमे 1992 मसीह रे 33 भाग स्थान संरक्षण करिथिला महिला पंचायत राज विधि व्यवस्था भितर एवं 33 भाग महिला सेतबे निर्वाचित होकर आसथिले. तांकर पुओ सुयोग्य पुत्र मोर नेता माननीय मुख्यमंत्री नवीन पट्टनायक मो दलर सभापति से बा कहीं पछे जीवे. तेणु से मध्य तांको पितांक पदांक अनुसरण करथिले एवं से मध्य जानिथिले जे कोठी ना कोठी सक्त नहीं से जाति से समाज से राज्य से देश केबे आगो को बढ़ी पारिबो नाही. तेणु से आग को बढ़ी 2011 रे पंचायत राज निर्वाचन रे कोभली भाव में 50 भाग महिला निर्वाचित हो पारे से नियम करथिले एवं 2012 मसीह पुणी बदल देथिले पुणी आउरी गोटे नियम करथिले जे अर्बन लोकल बॉडी माने सहरांचल रे महानगर निगम हो कि एनएससी हो कोभली भाव में महिलाटे आग को आसीबो तापई मध्य 50 भाग स्थान संरक्षण करथिले जहा पई आज ओडिशा रे 3टी महानगर निगम रे 2 जण महिला अछंती ये होची बिजु जनता दल रो महिला मानक पई प्रतिबद्धता मु कहिबी महिला मानकू आज सशक्त करिवार आज महिला मो दलर नेता श्रीजुक्त नवीन पट्टनायक 2001 मार्च 8 तारिख रे मिशन शक्ति गठन करथिले जे महिलाटे को केमिति भाबर आगो को नै पारिबे सशक्त करि पारिबे आज को से मिशन शक्ति रे मध्य जदि देखिबे 70 लाख महिला कोठी ना कोठी जोड़ी हेइचंती एवं आगो को बढ़ुचंती ये किछि कम बड़ कथा न महिला को सशक्त करिवारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री होचंती बोध हुए समग्र देश रे अद्वितीय तांको भली के हेइ पारिबे नै से सब बेले कोठी ना कोठी चिंता करिचंती महिलाटो केमिति आगो को बढ़िबो आज मिशन शक्ति जो डिपार्टमेंट कथा मु कहतली से मध्य गोटे महिला डिपार्टमेंट आ सी डिपार्टमेंट ही सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट हो पार्टी मंत्रिमंडल गोटे सेपरेट मंत्री अच्छा गोटे सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट हो पार्टी मिशन शक्ति माध्यम रे जदि कहबा केवल महिलाटा सशक्त होइछि नुहे महिलाटा सशक्त हबा सती केमिति हेइ परिबो ता पई मध्य से चिंता करछंती एवं महिलाटे आज जदि देखिबे एसएचजी रु आज बाहर किना महिलाटा निजर कंपनी करिछि बिजनेस करिछि सीईओ हेइछि एवं मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर मध्य ता कंपनी रहिछि आउ बेसी दिन दूर नुहे जे ओडिसा रा महिलाटे आज जो कथा मु कहूँ सीईओ होची आज भारत वर्ष नुहे समग्र विश्व रे प्रतिष्ठित हो पार आर पछरे केवल जड़िए जननायक अच्छा जी होचंती माननीय मुख्यमंत्री नवीन पट्टनायक जे सब बेले चाहिए महिलाटे केमिति आगो को बढ़ू गोटे कथा आमर अच्छी ओडिया रे जे सब बेले सफल ये हर लैंग्वेज में भी है सब बेले सफल पुरुष पछरे जड़े महिलार हाथ अच्छी किंतु मु कहबी मो भले जड़े और मो भले अनेक महिलांकर सफलता पछरे मो दलर मुख्यमंत्री माननीय नवीन पट्टनायक हाथ अच्छी जी आमको राजनैतिक क्षेत्र में सशक्त अर्थनैतिक क्षेत्र में सशक्त एवं मु धन्यवाद जनइबी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय को जे से आमको आज ए बिल बिल की आगो को बढ़ाइबार से साहाय्य करछन्ती तेणु से सब बड़ा दाबी रखी ए दाबी आज पूरण होची तेणु तांको पई मु एठू मध्य प्रणाम जनइबी जय जय।
थैंक यू मैम। श्री सुभाष चंद्र बोस पिल्ली।
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to speak on the Women Reservation Bill in Telugu language, which is my mother tongue, ma'am. Respected ma'am, ఈ బిల్లు ఆహ్వానించదగ్గది అభినందించదగ్గది గౌరవ ప్రధానమంత్రి నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారిని మరి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ఈ బిల్లు తెచ్చినందుకు అభినందిస్తూ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు వైఎస్ఆర్సీపీ అధ్యక్షులు శ్రీ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారి ఆదేశాల మేరకు ఈ బిల్లుకి పూర్తిగా మా మద్దతు ప్రకటిస్తూ కానీ ఐ ఆమ్ హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ డిమాండ్స్ అండ్ డిజైర్స్ on OBC reservations. I would like to place before the government through you, ma'am. Please permit me. మన దేశంలో దాదాపు 50% మంది మహిళలు ఉన్నారు. ఈ 50% మందిలో రాజకీయాలు మాట్లాడే వాళ్ళు లెస్ దాన్ 0.5%. రాజకీయాల్లో ఉన్నవాళ్ళు రాజకీయాలు మాట్లాడే వాళ్ళు లెస్ దాన్ 1%, అందుకంటే ఎక్కువ ఉండరు. కానీ దురదృష్టం ఏంటంటే దీంట్లో 33% రిజర్వేషన్లు కల్పించారు. ఇక్కడ నా కోరిక ఏంటంటే ప్రపోర్షనేట్ రిజర్వేషన్స్ ఎట్లా షెడ్యూల్డ్ కులాలకు షెడ్యూల్డ్ ట్రైబ్స్కు ప్రపోర్షనేట్ రిజర్వేషన్ ఇస్తూ ఉన్నారు, మహిళలకు కూడా ప్రపోర్షనేట్ రిజర్వేషన్స్ 50% ఇస్తూ దాంట్లో 27% ఓబీసీలకు కూడా ఇమ్మని నేను ప్రభుత్వానికి ప్రత్యేకంగా మరి విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. సామాజికంగా ఓబీసీలు సామాజిక వెనుకబడుతూ ఉన్నవారు, ఆర్థిక వెనుకబడుతూ ఉన్నవారు, ఆర్థిక స్వాతంత్ర్యం లేని మహిళలు, సంపన్న కుటుంబాల్లో ఉన్న మహిళలకు కూడా ఆర్థిక స్వాతంత్ర్యం లేని దేశం ఉంది. మరి విద్యా వెనుకబడుతూ ఉన్నవారు, మంచి 50% రిజర్వేషన్స్ ఇస్తూ మహిళలకి మరి 27% ఓబీసీలకు కూడా రిజర్వేషన్ ఇవ్వమని మరి కోరుతూ, దీనివల్ల ఈ బిల్లులో డీలిమిటేషన్ తర్వాత ఈ బిల్లు అమల్లోకి వస్తుందని చెప్తూ ఉన్నారు. అంటే దాదాపు మాకు తెలుగులో ఒకటి ఉంది, పంచపక్ష ప్రమాణాలు పెట్టి మరి ఒక 7 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత తిందరగానంటే ఎంత అందంగా ఉందో ఈ బిల్లు కూడా అంతే అందంగా ఉంది. ఇది చాలా దురదృష్టం. వెంటనే రిజర్వేషన్లు అమల్లోకి వచ్చేలా చేస్తే ఇది ఉపయోగం ఉంటుంది. మరి వారి పార్టీకి కూడా మంచిది, ఇది మంచి ఆలోచన చేయమని గౌరవ ప్రధానమంత్రి గారిని నేను కోరుతూ ఉన్నాను. మేడం, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ రిజర్వేషన్ సిస్టమ్? The object of Indian reservation system is to improve the opportunities of social and education status to the unprivileged communities and thus uplift their lifestyle to have a place in the mainstream of the Indian society. That's the object. Object adhe principle ni, why don't you apply to the OBCs? OBCs ki endiki apply cheyaru object ni, ayokka principle ni endiki apply cheyaru daniki? Villu emaina మరి ఆర్థిక వెనుకబడతనం లేని వాళ్ళు అనుకుంటున్నారా? అది విద్యా వెనుకబడతనం లేని వాళ్ళు అనుకుంటున్నారా? అది సామాజిక వెనుకబడతనం లేని వాళ్ళు అనుకుంటున్నారా? ఎందుకు అప్లై చేయాలి ఈ ప్రిన్సిపల్ని ఇక్కడ? అంటే ఎందుకు ఈ వ్యత్యాసం చూపిస్తూ ఉన్నారు నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. దయచేసి దీని మీద మరి ఆలోచన చేయవలసిందిగా నేను గౌరవ ప్రధానమంత్రి గారిని కోరుతూ ఉన్నాను. ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి మీ దృష్టికి, ఈ సభ దృష్టికి తీసుకొస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ఒక అన్ఫార్చునేట్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ ఏంటంటే, గౌరవ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మాజీ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు సెంట్రల్ లా మినిస్టర్ గారికి హీ రోట్ ఎ లెటర్, ఒక లేఖ రాశారు సెంట్రల్ లా మినిస్టర్ గారు, ఓబీసీని హైకోర్టు జడ్జిలుగా నియమించకూడదని. అంటే ఓబీసీస్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఎలిజిబుల్ టు అపాయింట్ యాజ్ జడ్జెస్ ఇన్ ద హైకోర్ట్స్. ఎంత దురదృష్టకరమైన లేఖ చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఎందుకు ఈ అణచివేత ఎందుకు ఇంకా ఈ రోజుల్లో కూడా ఎందుకు అణచివేస్తూ ఉన్నారు? ఒక ఉమెన్, ఆమె జడ్జి, ఆమె ప్రిన్సిపల్ జడ్జి టు ఏసీబీ కోర్ట్ అట్ విజయవాడ. మరి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు ఫార్మర్ చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్ మీద వచ్చిన ఆరోపణలకి ఒక ల్యాండ్ మార్క్ జడ్జిమెంట్ ఇచ్చారు. అదేవిధంగా సుప్రీంకోర్టు జడ్జి చేసినటువంటి జస్టిస్ ఈశ్వరయ్య గారు ఓబీసీ కేటగిరీకి చెందినవాడు. హైకోర్టు జడ్జిగా ఉన్నటువంటి మరణించినటువంటి కీర్తిశేషులు జస్టిస్ బిఎస్ఏ స్వామి గారు కూడా ఓబీసీ కేటగిరీకి చెందినవారు, మాజీలకు చెందినవారు. వీరేమైనా వాళ్ళు రాజ్యాంగ విరుద్ధమైనటువంటి జడ్జిమెంట్లు ఏమైనా ఇచ్చారా? ఎందుకు ఆ లేఖ రాస్తారు? ఎందుకు ఈ నిరంకుశత్వం? ఎందుకు ఈ అణచివేత? ఇది ఒకసారి ఈ సభ దృష్టికి, ఈ దేశ ప్రజల దృష్టికి తీసుకురావడానికి నేను చాలా బాధపడుతున్నానమ్మా. దయచేసి ఇటువంటి లేఖలు కానీ, ఇటువంటి అణచివేతలు కానీ ఇంకా కొనసాగుతున్న ఈ రోజుల్లో ఖచ్చితంగా ఓబీసీలకు కూడా తొందరగా రిజర్వేషన్ పెట్టకపోతే ఇంకా వారికి ప్రశ్నించే తీరు అలవాటైంది. విద్య పెరిగింది, ఇప్పుడు లేదు. దయచేసి వెంటనే గౌరవ ప్రధానమంత్రి గారు దీని మీద ఆలోచించి ఓబీసీ రిజర్వేషన్ బిల్లు అర్జెంటుగా తీసుకురావాల్సిందిగా వారిని కోరుతూ, మరి నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన తమకు ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటూ ఉన్నాను.
నెక్స్ట్ స్పీకర్ శ్రీ రవిచంద్ర వడిరాజు.
మొదటిసారిగా నాకు మహిళా బిల్లుపై స్పందిస్తూ ఈరోజు మాట్లాడే అవకాశం ఇచ్చినందుకు థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తూ, ఇంత మంచి అవకాశం కల్పించినటువంటి కేసీఆర్ గారికి హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుతూ, ఎత్ర నార్యస్తు పూజ్యంతే రమంతే తత్ర దేవత, మహిళలు ఎక్కడ గౌరవింపబడతారో అక్కడ దేవతలు సంచరిస్తారు. అలాంటి సమాజం అభివృద్ధిలో ముందుకెళ్తుంది. ఎక్కడ స్త్రీ గౌరవింపబడదో అక్కడ ఆ సమాజం బాగుపడదు అంటుంది మన సంస్కృతి. వేదాలు, పురాణాలు, ఇతిహాసాల్లో స్త్రీకి గౌరవం ఉంది. పురాణాలు, ఇతిహాసాల్లో స్త్రీకి ప్రత్యేక స్థానం ఉంది. ఆదిపరాశక్తిగా స్త్రీకి తొలి పూజలు చేశారు. ప్రకృతిని స్త్రీ రూపంగా చెప్పాయి. వేదాలు మాతృదేవోభవ అని తల్లిని ప్రత్యక్ష దైవంగా పూజించమని చెప్పారు ఋషులు. మన ఉపనిషత్తులు, శాస్త్రాలు స్త్రీని సాధికారత కలిగిన శక్తి స్వరూపంగా పేర్కొన్నాయి. మాతృసామ్య వ్యవస్థ, తర్వాత రాజరిక వ్యవస్థలోనూ మాతృస్వామ్య వ్యవస్థ కొనసాగింది. స్త్రీ గౌరవించబడింది. మారుతున్న కాలం కుటుంబ వ్యవస్థ మొదలు కావడంతో స్త్రీకి కుటుంబ బాధ్యతలు పెరిగి ఇంటికి పరిమితమయ్యే పరిస్థితులు ఏర్పడ్డాయి. దీంతో సమాజంలో పురుషాధిక్యత పెరిగింది. అవకాశంలో సగం కుటుంబం జీవనంలో ఆడ మగ సమానమే. ఇలాగే అవకాశాల్లోనూ చట్టసభల్లోనూ సమాన హక్కుల కోసం 30 ఏళ్ల కిందటే ఉద్యమాలు మొదలయ్యాయి. కేంద్రంలో పాలకులుగా ఉన్న రాజకీయ పార్టీలకు చిత్తశుద్ధి లేకపోవడంతో బిల్లు ఏళ్లుగా కాగితాలకే పరిమితమైంది. మహిళల రిజర్వేషన్ అంశం ఓబీసీ రిజర్వేషన్ల అంశానికి ముడిపెట్టడంతో ముందుకు పడలేదు. పలుమార్లు బిల్లు పార్లమెంటు ముందుకు వచ్చినా ఒక అడుగు ముందు 2 అడుగులు వెనక్కి అన్నట్టుగా కొనసాగింది. తెలంగాణ సాయుధ పోరాటం నుంచి స్వరాష్ట్ర ఉద్యమం దాకా తెలంగాణ మహిళలు రాజ్యాన్ని ఏలడమే కాదు, అవసరమైతే రాజ్యాన్ని ధిక్కరించే ధీరత్వం కలిగిన వారు. సంక్షేమ పాలన అందించిన రాణి రుద్రమదేవి నుంచి మొదలుకొని సమ్మక్క సారలమ్మ దాకా, చాకల ఏలమ్మ దాకా తెలంగాణ సాయుధ పోరాటం, ప్రత్యేక తెలంగాణ పోరాటం వరకు మహిళా శక్తికి ప్రతీకగా నిలిచింది. తెలంగాణ నేల ఉద్యమ స్ఫూర్తితో పాలన సాగిస్తున్న తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం మహిళా సాధికారిత సంక్షేమం కోసం ఎంతో కృషి చేస్తుంది. తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం మహిళా సాధికారిత సంక్షేమం కోసం స్థానిక సంస్థ లో 50% రిజర్వేషన్లు, జీహెచ్ఎంసీలో మహిళల్లో 50% రిజర్వేషన్ 33% కేటగిరీ ప్రారంభంలో కూడా 33% రిజర్వేషన్, అక్రిడేషన్లో మహిళా జర్నలిస్ట్
And 10 minutes.
10 minutes, sir. Sir, thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me an opportunity to participate in this important legislation. A long journey,
and from your party, you are the only man. Rest are women. Yes, go ahead.
In 1931 onwards, when Sarojini Naidu wrote a letter to the then British Prime Minister for equal power for men and women, this journey has been started, sir. Then, certainly, Balwant Rai ji, Indira ji, finally Rajiv ji on 1989 brought a great legislation of empowering women in local bodies. What happened? Actually, Nadda ji spoke about very much about their claim about this bill. What happened, sir, 1989 when Rajiv ji introduced this Women Empowerment Bill of Local Bodies? Entire BJP gang opposed that bill. Who are all the stalwarts of BJP? I took the record from the Rajya Sabha secretaries. Who are the people who voted against that bill? Lal Krishna Advani, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Jaswant Singh ji, Ram Jethmalani ji, all are opposed this bill. This is the record of the Rajya Sabha. Now you are the champion of this thing. We passed the bill in Rajya Sabha. Unfortunately, we are not in a position to pass the bill in Lok Sabha. But you came in power in 2014. You have given promise to the people of India that we are going to bring women legislation bill, women reservation bill. Who stopped you, sir? From 2014 to 2023, 9 years, who stopped you to bringing this bill? I would like to know from the Honorable Prime Minister whether he is waited for this new building to introduce this bill. If there any Vastu issue was there in that building, is there? Otherwise, if there is a good muhurta is there for 2023 for this bill, you lost 9.5 years. Now you are telling we are going to implement this 2029. Census, delimitation, after that. Then where is the sincerity, sir? Sir, game-changing legislations, life-transforming legislation has to come from the heart of the rulers, not from the brain of the rulers, sir. Sir, we are witnessed not many life-transforming legislations, Manrega, right to information, right to food safety, and of course land acquisition bill. That type of life-transforming bills we witnessed that all come from the heart of the rulers. Sir, now this bill at the end of the Lok Sabha period, when you brought this bill, this is not coming from the heart of the rulers. This is coming from the brain of the ruler. It is because of you have a political calculation to bring this bill. Why that political calculation come? It come after Karnataka election. Congress party strengthened entire women's folk of Karnataka through the guarantees, and we have implemented that guarantees. Entire women of Karnataka, you say, ask in Karnataka what they are talking about, that they are empowered. Women can be empowered through political empowerment or economical empowerment. Sir, which is the biggest economical empowerment legislation of this country? Manrega. 58% of the women are working in Manrega. Your Prime Minister told that. Prime Minister told that this is the memory of our corruption. Then he corrected that. And their COVID period, only one scheme benefited the poor people of the country. That is Manrega. Therefore, Manrega, then self-help group, 2011, UPF brought that, which Kerala started earlier, Kudumbasri, through Kudumbasri, which these are all the economical empowerment of women. But you, now at the time of the Lok Sabha election, you brought this bill and you are telling we are the champions. You oppose the Rajivji's bill. Now, sir, there are lot many bhashans about this bill. When is going to be implemented? We need a clear-cut answer, sir. When is it? Madadi told 2029. If it is going to happen in 2029, when the census will take place, when the delimitation process started, when it is going to be completed, when the women will get a representation as per this law. This has to be answered by the Honorable Prime Minister or the government, sir. Sir, here, Naddaji talked about a OBC reservation which happened in that house. I also heard about I read some article in this newspaper today that our Honorable Home Minister spoken about the Prime Minister of India has given his entire bank account to the employees. That's good. But you have to remember about that. The Iron Lady Indira Gandhi ji, the then Prime Minister of India, in the 1962 war, when the country is in a difficult period, she donated entire her jewelry to the National Defence Fund, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. We are proud, sir. We had a leader like Indira Gandhi ji. Yes, she is talking about, they are talking about women empowerment. Who is the first Prime Minister, women Prime Minister? Who given the first woman Prime Minister? Who given the first woman President of India? Who is given first Lok Sabha Speaker of the India? Who is given the first Governor of India? Who is given the first Party President of India? Yes. Everything is Congress, sir. Then they are trying to become the champions of these things. No, I'm not yielding. Sir, if you are going to do the census, Nadda ji is talking about बहुत ज्यादा बोल दिया ओबीसी के लिए then why you are running away from caste census? If you have OBC pram, do the caste census and show the country. Why you are running from the caste census? You are talking, yes, we are proudly saying out of our 4 chief ministers, 3 are from OBC community. Out of our 4 chief ministers, you are talking about Congress is therefore then you have to understand. Government. My old fellow parliamentarians spoke about that. Unnao, Katwa, Manipur, sir, Hathras. Sir, I am also pained when I saw the video of women paraded naked in Manipur. when I went with Rahul Gandhi ji there, the women folk of Manipur crying before us. Our Prime Minister not even uttered a single word in 100 days. Then you are talking about women empowerment. You are talking about women empowerment. What women empowerment? What women empowerment? What women empowerment? Yes, everywhere, wherever, yes, there is no discrimination. I'm telling very clearly, sir. Sir, if the, sir, one thing, they are talking about women empowerment. Beti bachao, beti padao. Government only utilized 156 crores out of the budget 848 crores. Shockingly, 80% of the fund allocated were spent on publicity for Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao. In 2023, the budget for Mission Shakti declined by 1.2%, which include your Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, Matru Vandana Yojana, Women Helpline, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, other schemes.
30 seconds.
You speak about women's safety, but why 30% Nirbhaya fund is unutilized? You are speaking about the women's security. Why Nirbhaya fund is unutilized 30%? Give us the answer. Give us an answer. Sir, now the price of women, now the women are crying, sir. LPG gas, 1,000 rupees. Tomato. And their price rise everywhere, people are fighting. Sir, I am concluding 1 minute only, sir. 1 minute only, sir.
Derek O'Brien.
Sir, 1 minute.
Your time is over. You, one second. Honorable members, I have to go by the time available. I am so sorry.
Sir, my point is that women are in a very great difficult situation in this country due to price rise. You are talking about empowerment of women. What is the LPG gas price? 1,000 rupees. 1,200. Petrol diesel price is hiking. Tomato price is hiking. Everywhere difficulty they are facing. On the other hand, their security is totally compromised. Therefore, on the other hand, they are telling at the end of the election period, they are bringing with legislation and they are telling that this is not going to happen. Therefore, we need only two assurances from this government, sir. One is this bill has to be implemented quickly, immediately. Then, there should be an OBC reservation along with provision in this bill. These two major, we are supporting bill because this is the child of us. Therefore, basically we are supporting, very strongly we are supporting. No doubt about it. But for sir, if this bill is implementing only on 2029, what is the purpose of calling special session, sir? What is you have to tell, sir, you have to allow. Then the parliament building, two major events happened in last 1 month. One is the inauguration of this parliament building. We are all expected, Honorable President and Honorable Vice President will be there. You are the custodian of this Rajya Sabha, sir. You are the chair. It is an insult to us, Rajya Sabha members. Our chairman is not there in that time. Our chairman is not there in that time. Our President of India is not there in that time.
One second. Honorable members, we can't trade on deficiencies. We can't trade ignorance of others. Let me make it very clear. Vice President and the Honorable President have been accorded the highest respect in the country. Number one. Number two, one second, there has been no constitutional transgression. The position of the President and the Vice President or the Chairman has to be kept at the level as expected, and that was done. And that is what you have seen in last 3 days also. I would appeal to you as a member of the leading opposition party, you must do your homework, find out. The role has been defined categorically. Leave it at that. Let's not get into that area. And I can assure you, your chairman, one second, your chairman will not allow anyone to denude his power. And therefore, there has been no denudation. There has been no decrease. Get over this perception. We believe in rule of law, in constitutionalism. Point out a single article of constitution which according to you has been transgressed. We cannot lower the dignity of the Honorable President. The Honorable President has to come here under the constitution. And let me tell you, honorable members, one second, take your seat. Honorable members, the first amendment of the Indian Constitution, please recall it. There was a provision by framers of the Constitution that the Honorable President will address every session of Parliament. That was the original prescription in the Constitution. And the amendment was once a year. Honorable President has to actually act in accord with the Constitution. The Constitution stipulates, no, don't reduce our position. Don't reduce our position, please. Understand and do it. Oh. Nasir, do you think Mr. K.C. Venugopal needs your support? Some of you rise to give support. Okay. Please conclude now.
I am winding up. Sir, my point is I am respecting your position. I am respecting, but the people of India expected President of India and your presence. That is what I mentioned. Sir, one more thing. One more thing, sir. They are now brought this bill and they are trying to become the champion of this. They want to divert lot many issues. That is why one nation, one election. That is why this type of things have happened. We know that exactly. Fine, but the sincerity. Can I ask a question, sir? Naddaji talked about their political representation. Our party is also having representation women enough. Their party may be also. But who is controlling their party, sir? Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, isn't it? How many women is there RSS? How many women is in their RSS, sir? Sir, I am quoting a statement, sir. In 2010, the bill has been lost. In 2010, bill passed in Rajya Sabha and bill has to be failed to pass in Lok Sabha. Then member of Parliament of Lok Sabha. Now the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. There is a woman reservation, woman quota does not affect these votes. Therefore, their attitude is women for child care. Mr. Venugopal, nothing will go on record. Women for child care. Nothing will go on record. Sir, this is a point of order. I am quoting. Nothing will go on record. I am quoting, sir. There is a point of order. Mr. Venugopal, nothing will go on record. Point of order is there. Please sit down. Sit down, all of you. इतने आराम से बात हो रही है. आपने अपनी बात कही. एक पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर.
यस सर. सुनो ना. सर.
यस. आई विल आस्क.
सर वेणुगोपाल जी.
नो.
235.
नो. मिस्टर यादव.
235.
मिस्टर यादव.
235.
योर पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर.
235.
235. 235.
सर 235 रूल 2 है. कोई भी मेंबर को यह अधिकार नहीं है कि सदन में बैठे हुए किसी भी लोगों के ऊपर कोई आक्षेप लगाए. हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सदस्यों के ऊपर वेणुगोपाल जी बिना तथ्यों के आधार पर आरोप लगा रहे हैं. हमारे को जिस संगठन के साथ जोड़ रहे हैं हमें उसका होने का गर्व है. लेकिन आरएसएस के साथ राष्ट्रीय सेविका समिति है, वहां 100% महिलाएं हैं जो राष्ट्रभक्ति का कार्य करती हैं. आप सुबह भी हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने कहा था, मैं उन्हीं के शब्दों को दोहराना चाहता हूं कांग्रेस वाले ठीक से ट्यूशन लेकर के बोला करें, बिना तरीके से ना बोला करें, बिना तथ्यों के ना बोला करें, बिना बात के ना बोला करें।
मिस्टर वेणुगोपाल,
RSS.
okay, Mr. Tiruchi Shiva, under which rule?
But it was read wrongly, sir. 235(2) says, shall not interrupt any member while speaking by disorderly expression or noises or in any other disorderly manner. Member was speaking, sir. He was obstructed only from that side. How can the point of order be pointed towards him, sir?
One second.
That's truth.
Please read 240.
वैसे बताता हूँ, कोई भी सदस्य इररिलेवेंट रूल को ना उठाएगा, चिरंजीवी शिवा ने
ऐसा है, ऐसा एक सेकंड, एक कंक्लूड करने से बड़ा अच्छा लगा। मिली भगत का मामला तो नहीं है ना, प्लीज कंक्लूड।
The attitude of BJP leaders. I am quoting one word in Hindustan Times. That point of time, there is by a statement by the UP Chief Minister. Then now the UP Chief Minister, that point of MP, there is women's reservation at present at local level. How does this affect the domestic responsibilities like child care? It should be assessed whether women quota does not affect these roles. That means your attitude is women are for child care. Sir, my point is that this bill we are going to support. The life transforming bill has to come from mind, heart. Our Prime Minister is telling he has put 54 inches chest. 56. If 56 inches chest is there, then what is stopping them to implement this bill in 2024? Sir, please correct yourself with heart. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Sri Derek O'Brien, 7 minutes.
10 minutes, sir.
7.
10.
He has taken time of other members.
Who?
No, I say Mr. K.C. Venugopal.
Sir, what are you doing? Are you making a mockery of this?
What? Is something wrong with you?
Sir, I've got 10 minutes of my party to speak. I got 10 minutes of my party. Why are you doing this, sir?
No, look here. I'm not giving. Just sit down and listen to me. It has become virtually your reference. All India Trinamool Congress, Dola sent 10 minutes. Your total time is 24 minutes.
Yes.
You have 40 minutes left, 7 each. You can take all the 40 minutes.
Sir. Please, sir. Please. Just one sec. Sir, just hear me out, please.
Yes.
Just hear me out. One sec, sir.
What is wrong?
Just hear me out and then
What is
if
wrong?
I'm saying something wrong, you can just hear me out,
Let's
sir, please.
first talk on time.
Sir, I'm talking only on time.
How much time your party has?
24 minutes.
How much has been used?
14 minutes. 10 by Dola Sen. 4 by Mausam Noor. 24 minus 14 is 10.
So take 10 minutes.
Sir.
11:25, 10 minutes end. Okay. Go ahead.
I support the women's reservation bill. But this government, when will this government know or learn that this is a parliamentary democracy and this is not an army commando operation? In an army commando operation, you need secrecy, you need surprise, you need stealth. In a parliamentary democracy, you don't. You need cooperation, you need sharing. Why do you bring this special session parliamentary bulletin, no agenda, the agenda will be added later? 2, why do you have an all-party meeting on Sunday and don't mention a word about this bill? Why do you have a cabinet meeting and this morning we are given 4 hours time to submit amendments? Sir, honestly, I appeal to them, such parliamentary democracy with such secrecy hurts a democracy. We know why it is being done, and the last 3 days, one man's story is being told. Fair enough. Today, I want to begin with a quote, which everyone can own today. Quote, "Sir, we want the women's bill to be introduced. We want nothing short of the women's bill. We want a specific date. We want an assurance that the women's bill is brought. This is a matter of shame that it hasn't been brought. We want a specific time frame," unquote. This is very nice today. This was said by somebody in the Lok Sabha on the 14th of July 1998. It was a woman MP. Today, she is the 3-time Chief Minister of Bengal. She is the founder chairperson of the Trinamool Congress. And sir, she has already got 40% of her women MPs already in the Lok Sabha. From 14th of July 1998, let this woman's story be told. In 2006, a 26-day hunger strike, no reservation, struggling and fighting for her rights as a woman. In 2014, setting a record because the bill didn't get passed. So what did she do? She gave 41% tickets in the Lok Sabha to women MPs. The BJP president, the first speaker, was saying this is the shortest way to bring women to parliament. No sir, this is not the shortest way. You didn't need the bill. Bring them, show us, and bring them to parliament. Like they have done. Now you come to the life of this woman. 2019, she sets a record. Not only does she give 40% women tickets, 39% women Lok Sabha MPs are already sitting in the Lok Sabha. Why do I say this? It is one thing to give the women tickets. It's another thing to make sure you give them tickets. One woman's story needs to be told today in this new parliament building. I'll tell you more. My last date, 2021, assembly elections in Bengal. The men came with money, with media, with muscle power, with misogyny, and mocked her. Didi, oh Didi. You even tried to smash and you broke her foot, smashed it to injure her. Yes, she gave you the answer truly like a woman. Softly, softly. Good. When I talk about Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, I get under their skin, I know. Sir, the woman answered her how? The women didn't answer. The people of Bengal in India provided the answer. The health minister of Bengal, the finance minister of Bengal, the land minister, the industry minister, the commerce ministry are all headed by women. You couldn't find one woman in your 16 chief ministers to make a chief minister, and you're coming and telling us what to do about women. Take some of our advice. Now we'll give you, like how we gave you in 1998, you're trying to implement in 2045 or whatever. Listen to 2 pieces of advice from us and take it in good spirit. Because women, at least my chairperson has a vision which I look up to. So here's one suggestion. If you're so keen, and now it's past 2 p.m. already, so nobody can submit any amendments, as we are all saying, the Congress party, the Trinamool, the DMK, the AAP, all of us, we India, we are saying bring this in 2024. So all you need to do to bring this in 2024 is remove 334A from your existing resolution. At least try. 2024, an open challenge from my party. You bring 1/3 of women elected from your party and show us. Bring and show us. I guarantee you, we will bring 1/3 of women with your bill, without your bill. Sir, some people have a sense of humor, and I'm sure we haven't lost our sense of humor here, because the joke going around is there's a typographical error in the bill. That actually it's 2024, should actually they meant 2034. Now, I don't know whether that's true or false, but I've got a second suggestion. It was very nice idea this morning of having ladies sit there for 15 minutes, 16 minutes all through the day. So here's an idea which may not happen in 24, but think about it. It's coming to you from my party as a suggestion. Get everybody on board, have proper discussion on the subject, and then bring 1/3 women reservation also in Rajya Sabha. We will all support. It can't be done in a hurry, but bring it. Today you may think it's a crazy, zany idea, but no, this is possible, if not in the next 6 years, in the next 10 years. The question is, sir, for all the speeches we hear, is the BJP really serious about empowering women? Because all the struggles and oppression faced by women is not because of women. It's because of men and the outlook of men to women. I don't want to spend time wasting my time on a former wrestling chief. Leave that. I'm quoting from the Hindustan Times. Quote, people in air-conditioned rooms in Delhi cannot decide public policy. This bill will drown the Indian political system if it goes through. If men develop feminine traits, they become gods. If women develop masculine traits, they become rakshas. Western ideas of women's liberation should be properly analyzed in the Indian context. Unquote. Said by who? I'll tell you who said it. You can build a new building, sir, but I request all of you to first change your mindset.
Yes, yes.
This was said by the current Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. So in conclusion, I'm happy I'm being allowed to conclude today. In the old house, at least, I wasn't allowed, but I'm happy. Sir, I wish to conclude by remembering my favorite woman of all time, my mother, who's no more. Ma would always tell me that, you know, Derek, this world is divided into only two kinds of people: the talkers and the doers. So some people will talk. 15 crore into your, 15 lakhs into your bank account, farmer income, triple, after demonetization, this will happen, after that will happen. There is one difference, sir. The talkers and the doers. There is only one difference. Because there are only two kinds of people. So there's a talker and there's a doer. There's a male Prime Minister of India. There's a simple woman who's the Chief Minister of Bengal.
Shri Derek O'Brien is called upon to authenticate two statements made by him. One, man came with money, and second, the allegation he has leveled by quoting the present Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Manas, during course of the day, Shri Manas Ranjan Mangraj authenticated.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Already Mr. Jairam Ramesh, Mr. Chidambaram is yet to do it. No,
I support this bill.
It has to be.
मैं बिल को समर्थन करता हूं।
1 second. No. During course of the day,
बोलने के लिए चाहता हूं।
the direction is very clear. No member. 1 second. Sit down. 1 second. Honorable member. 1 second. I had indicated very firmly, this is not a place to trade allegations. Every member has a right. Every member has a right to say anything. You will have to authenticate during course of the day. That's a directive. Shri Manas Ranjan Mangraj, take your seat. Manas Mangraj, no floor, nothing will go on record. Nothing will go on record. Sit down. You have to sit down. Don't force my hands. Sit down. You will have to comply the directive. Want me to condone it? Prove it. Shri Manas Ranjan Mangraj. Shri Manas Ranjan Mangraj. Do you want to take, please?
Thank you,
Your
Chairman.
time is 3 minutes.
I support this bill.
Please
sir.
continue.
मैं मेरा मातृभाषा उड़िया में बोलने के लिए चाहता हूं सर।
Yes.
सर, बीजेडी सबुबले साधारण जनजीवन तथा समाजर समस्त क्षेत्र में महिला सशक्तिकरण दिगरे सर्वदा कार्य करि आसुअछि। 1952 मसीह ओडिशार तत्कालीन मुख्यमंत्री श्री विजु पट्टनायक एक ऐतिहासिक निष्पत्ति क्रमे ओडिशार पंचायत राज अनुष्ठान मानकरे महिलांक पई 33% संरक्षण व्यवस्था करथिले। सर 2011 रे तांको पुओ तथा बीजेडी सभापति तथा माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक ओडिशार पंचायत राज अनुष्ठान मानकरे महिलांक पई संरक्षण सीमा को 50% को वृद्धि करछंती। 2012 रे श्री नवीन पट्टनायक पौर संस्था म्युनिसिपालिटी एवं एनएसी एवं महानगर निगम रे महिलांक पई 50% संरक्षण व्यवस्था मध्य करू प्रतिपादन करूअछि। सर माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक सबुबले विश्वास करती जे महिला सशक्तिकरण बिना कौन समाज राज्य किंबा राष्ट्र विकास हो पार नहीं। तेणु नवेम्बर 2018 मसीह माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक नेतृत्व में विजु जनता दल लोकसभा तथा राज्यसभा महिला मानक 33% संरक्षण जोगाइवाई ओडिशा विधानसभा सर्वसम्मति क्रमे एक संकल्प पारित करथिले। सर डिसेम्बर 2018 मसीह माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक दल निकट को पठाइथिले। एही प्रतिनिधि माने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक तरफ सही संपृक्त राजनीतिक दल मुख्य मानक भेटी दीर्घ दिन संसद में पड़ी रही महिला संरक्षण बिल को पास करने को सहमति जुटाई। मैम लोकसभा निर्वाचन समय माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक लोकसभा निर्वाचन में दल महिला प्रार्थी 33% संरक्षण व्यवस्था प्रदान कर 2019 लोकसभा निर्वाचन में बीजेडी द्वारा 7 जन महिला प्रार्थी रही जो 5 जन महिला प्रार्थी जीति एवं से माने आस्का भद्रक जाजपुर जगतसिंहपुर एवं केउंझर सांसद अछंती। मैम वयस्क महिला प्रार्थी भाव आस्कार सांसद श्रीमती प्रमिला विशोई एवं सर्वकनिष्ठ सांसद भाव केन्दुझर श्रीमती चंद्राणी मुर्मू रही। मैडम माननीय मुख्यमंत्री दीर्घ वर्ष धरी संसद में महिला संरक्षण बिल पारित होगा निश्चित करने को यही लंबा युद्ध लड़ी आसुअछंती। संसद में महिला संरक्षण बिल पास करने को बीजेडी सांसद माने बारंबार दाबी उठाई आसुअछंती। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक विभिन्न प्लाटफर्म संसद में पारित होगापी महिला संरक्षण बिल आने को केंद्र कैबिनेट अनुमोदन माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक एक बड़ा विजय।
आपका समय
कारण महिला संरक्षण बिल पास श्री पट्टनायक दीर्घ दिन संग्राम जारी रखिंट। मैम एक मिनिट यह ओडिशा एवं भारत महिला मान एक विजय। महिला संरक्षण बिल को संसद में पारित करने विजु जनता दल निरंतर प्रयास एक विजय अटे। यह आउ एक सुजोग जितेबाला माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक कठिन परिश्रम एवं निरंतर प्रयास पर ओडिशा तथा देश में महिला माने बृहत सशक्तिकरण सुफल पाइबाकू जाउछंती। थैंक यू मैडम।
अच्छा श्री
Thank you, Chairman, Madam.